and has more power than anybody we got in the lineup, but we got some guys that show that they do have a lot of power, and guys like Dickerson, even Goodwin's got power. So all through the lineup, we have some power in this lineup, and we got guys that not only have power, but they hit for a pretty good average. So that all adds up to scoring a lot of runs, and hopefully that's what's going to be the case.
You now have two big league veterans on your roster as catchers. Do you envision those two kind of alternating, and Joe DiCarlo more DHing and playing in the field?
I think so. I'm still going to try to catch Joe a little bit, but I think for the time being, it's going to be Ramos catch one day and then Cisco catch the next day, and depending on it, they both can DH too. So there's a lot of options for us now. We can actually start resting a few guys where they can get an extra day off to stay healthy for the remainder of the year. So it's a good problem to have.
You won the series in York to give yourselves the first half tiebreaker against the Revolution should it come down to it. Now you've got a series against the Blue Krebs that you need to win to earn the first half tiebreaker. Just how important is this series going to be for your team?
Well, this is a very important series. I mean, we all know it's very important. I know the players know how important it is to play these last 11 games of the first half and play it as good as possible. So I'm excited, looking forward to it, just looking at it one day at a time, because I really do believe we have a group that is supposed to win.
You faced the Blue Krebs once before this year. It was here at home. You split the 4-game series. What do you think is going to be the biggest factor in winning this series?
Well, I'm always going to say it's pitching. Our offense is going to score runs. So, our pitching and defense, if we can play clean not like we did in Lancaster, but if we play like we did in Staten Island and York and those places, I look to see for good things to happen for us.
Well, since we're on the topic of pitching, last but not least, let's talk about Stephen Tarpley. He starts tonight, back-to-back quality starts for him since coming off the injured list. What has been the factor for him to be successful over his last 2 outings?
Well, I think, again, we go right back to first pitch strikes and being able to expand the zone. He's got so much movement on his fastball. He's got a very good slider. And if he pitches to contact like I would like to see him pitch to, it makes for short innings for him, and it extends him to where he can go 7 or 8 innings for us.
Awesome. Thanks for the time, Wally. Best of luck here on the homestand.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you to Miss Larrett's kindergarten class of West Middle Island.
Well, terrific job by, as you just heard, Mrs. Larrett's kindergarten class from the West Middle Island School with tonight's national anthem here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. Great way to get things started on this 7-game homestand that will see the Ducks play 3 against the Southern Maryland Blue Krebs this week, and then 4 against the Staten Island Ferry Hawks in the July 4th weekend wraparound series. Well, as we get ready for baseball, let's go through the starting lineups. For the 2 teams here tonight, it'll be lefty Stephen Tarpley on the mound for the Ducks, who is 2-2 on the year with a 4.14 ERA, and he will be opposed by right-hander Ian Kahaloa, who will make the start for the Southern Maryland Blue Krebs at 4-3 with a 3.50 earned run average on the season. Starting lineups look like this for the Blue Krebs, who are managed by Stan Clyburn. Jack Sundberg will lead off in center field. The former Duck Philip Caulfield will bat second and play second base. Braxton Lee is in right field hitting third. The cleanup hitter and first baseman is Casey Hobson. Batting fifth, the third baseman Alex Crosby. Khalil Lee, the former Met, is in left field hitting sixth. Isaiah Skiris will do the catching and bat seventh. The 8 hitter is the designated hitter, and that is Ian Yetzko. And rounding out the order at shortstop for Southern Maryland is Michael Baca. The Blue Crabs enter at 27-23 on the year through 50 games this season, including an impressive 14-11 on the road. As for the Ducks, Brian Goodwin bumps up into the leadoff spot. He will play center field for the Ducks tonight. Batting second is the shortstop, and that is Ruben Tejada. Alejandro De Aza in left field hits third, the cleanup hitter, and first baseman Sam Travis. Batting in the 5 spot in right field is Alex Dickerson. The newcomer Wilson Ramos, 12-year Major League veteran catcher, will bat 6th and serve as the designated hitter in his Ducks debut. Chance Cisco does the catching and bats 7th. Brantley Bell is at third base. He will hit 8th. And rounding out the order at second base for the Ducks is Zhu Wei Lin. The Ducks have played 52 games this year, 28 wins, 24 losses. They are tied with Southern Maryland for second place in the North Division standings. Both teams just 1 game in back of the York Revolution for first place in the division. A 3-way dogfight for the first half North Division title and a guaranteed postseason berth. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for joining me here on FloBaseball.tv for the opening game of this 3-game series. We appreciate you tuning in and spending part of your night with us. Tarpley will step up onto the mound for Long Island. Jack Sundberg will step up to the plate for Southern Maryland. And the first pitch of tonight's game is a fastball over the inside corner for strike 1. 6:36, they announce, is our first pitch time here. We'll get the temperature here momentarily. Fouled off by Sundberg.
Station Services temperature of the game is 73 degrees.
73 degrees is our first pitch temperature as well. It is a warm and humid night at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. 0-2 from Tarpley is a breaking ball that misses low. And that'll move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sundberg, hitting .222 on the year, 3 home runs, and 17 RBIs. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good curveball from Tarpley. So Sundberg goes down swinging. First strikeout of the night for Tarpley, who struck out 7 his last time on the mound, which was Wednesday night in Staten Island against the Ferry Hawks. 1 shy of his season high of 8, which he also did against Staten Island in Staten Island back on May 25th. Here is the former Duck, Philip Caulfield, to the plate. Caulfield, first time facing his former team, started the year with the Ducks, traded to Southern Maryland, and the first pitch is taken for a strike. They count 0-1. Between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs, he is hitting .236 on the year, no home runs, and 18 runs batted in. Missed down and away did Tarpley, and it's 1-1. Caulfield was traded back on June the 6th to Southern Maryland in exchange for left-hander Mackenzie Mills, as both teams looked to fill a need. The Ducks in their pitching staff, the Blue Crabs on the infield at second base. Here Caulfield chops one foul at home plate and finds himself behind in the count at 1-2. Tarpley winds and fires. His 1-2 delivery is a curveball down and away, 2-2. Despite the fact that there's a left-hander on the mound at Tarpley, the Blue Crabs have 6 left-handers stacked one on top of the other at the top of the order. So from Sundberg down to Khalil Lee, the first 6 hitters all lefties, and then 3 straight right-handers at the bottom of the order. So somewhat of a surprise there. Now these are the main starting 9 that Stan Clyburn's been going with. But Tarpley's done well against lefties this year. They're hitting just .220 against Tarpley compared to righties who are hitting .274. 2-2 is chopped foul at home plate. Caulfield doing a good job battling here with his former teammate. Caulfield in his 2nd season of Atlantic League play after joining the Ducks last year, midway through the year, then getting hurt and then coming back to join the team late in the season. 2-2. Inside, it went behind Caulfield and all the way back behind the plate. And so the count has gone from 1-2 to 3-2. Next pitch will be number 8 of this at-bat from Tarpley to Caulfield. We want to apologize for a couple technical difficulties Virch is having on their end, including the center field camera and our scoreboard at top. We'll try and get those fixed as soon as possible. 3-2 is on the ground at third base. Couple hops for Brantley Bell. And he fires across the diamond to Sam Travis in time for the out. 2 away. So Tarpley wins the battle with Caulfield on the 8th pitch. 2 down for the Blue Crabs in the top of the 1st inning. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Braxton Lee, having a terrific season thus far for Southern Maryland. For Tarpley, this is his 9th start of the year. He comes in 2-2 on the season with a 4.14 ERA. 39 strikeouts to just 12 walks in 41 1/3 innings. First pitch, and Lee takes a fastball, strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Warren Nicholson, by the way, calling balls and strikes behind home plate. He is joined on this 3-man umpiring crew by Michael Herring over at first base and Silvio Martinez across the diamond at third base. 0-1, Tarpley misses down and away, and that'll run the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Tarpley's first outing of the year against the Blue Crabs. 1-1 is swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball from the left-hander. Had Lee way out in front. And Tarpley now with strike 3 away from a 1-2-3 top of the first. Here's the kick and the pitch. That's smacked foul third base side. That'll go up into the seats out of play. Fans still filing in on this Tuesday night. The first 1,500 of them that came through the gates got a nice Ducks foam finger courtesy of Drake's Cakes. We thank them for their support of Ducks baseball. Again, the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Good curveball from Stephen Tarpley. 2 strikeouts in the opening inning. And he sets down the Blue Crabs 1-2-3, making this another PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/efficiency to learn more. To the bottom of the first, Blue Crabs nothing, the Ducks coming up to bat.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
PSEG Long Island wants you to know how to save energy and money in your home. Did you know energy efficient appliances can use up to 25% less energy? Here's how to save. PSEG Long Island offers money-saving rebates when you purchase Energy Star appliances. Discover how a little energy efficiency know-how can mean savings in your home. Find more energy efficiency tips, tools, and money-saving rebates at psegLINY.com/save money.
The Waddle Inn Shop is your home for everything Ducks baseball. The team store is full of official Long Island Ducks merchandise, great gifts, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more. You can even get your favorite name and number put on the back of your very own Ducks jersey. Celebrate Waddle Inn Wednesday as well, with exclusive deals in-store during every Wednesday home game. Visit the Waddle Inn Shop today at Fairfield Properties Ballpark or shop online anytime at liducks.com. No score after a half inning as we go to the bottom of the first here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. And every time a Ducks batter walks this season, it is a First National Bank LI walk to first. First National Bank LI. What happens when you go first? You get the business partner you need to succeed. First National Bank LI invites you to experience customer first service for yourself. Visit fnbli.com. So the Ducks will get their first look at Hawaiian native Ian Kahaloa, who comes from Iwa Beach in Hawaii. He is a 25-year-old right-hander, 6'1", 185 pounds, and has gotten off to a solid start this year for Southern Maryland. So Kahaloa to the mound for the Blue Crabs, and Brian Goodwin to the plate to get the leadoff start for the Ducks. First pitch, and he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. This is just the third time this year Goodwin leading off in the batting order. The 0-1 is smacked down the left field line, fouling out of play. And the count quickly 0-2. Goodwin is hitting the ball well of late. .292 batting average, 5 home runs, and 15 runs batted in. The 0-2 is fouled back to the screen behind home plate. This one a slow chopper towards second, charging in his Caulfield. Fields a tough hop and gets the out at first. Nice play by the former Duck. Ball kind of died when it hit the lip of the grass, and Caulfield did a good job to stay down on the baseball and make the play at first. One away as the speedy Goodwin retired on the ground out. So one down, base is empty, and up will step Ruben Tejada to the plate, mounting from the right side. First pitch, and Tejada takes a fastball up and in from Kahaloa for ball one. Tejada batting .229, 11 hits in his first 48 bats with the Ducks, a home run and 6 runs batted in. The 1-0, and that fastball misses high and tight, buzzing Tejada back. 2-0 the count. For Kahaloa, this is his 10th start of the year. He is 4-3, has a 3.50 ERA, including 1 complete game, 1 shutout. 2-0, popped up in the air, first base side foul, and this will drift out of play into the seats. So that'll move the count to 2-1. Pitch is taken up and inside again, and the count moves to 3-1 on Tejada. And the pitch, inside ball 4. So there is a walk, and the Ducks have their first base runner of the night, as Ruben Tejada is aboard on the free pass, his 8th walk of the year, and that is another First National Bank LI walk to first. So that brings up Alejandro Diaz at a bat from the left side. 1 on, 1 out. Tejada will take his lead at first, does not have great speed. He's held on there by Casey Hobson. First pitch, and Diaz takes a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Diaz batting .339 on the year, 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Now the 0-1, popped up in the air, foul to the third base side, out of play, and the count 0-2. So 0-2 on Diaz, who has homered in back-to-back days. He had 1 in game 1 on Saturday against the Barnstormers, a grand slam, then hit a 3-run home run as the final batter of the game Sunday before the teams were called off the field because of the inclement weather on Sunday. His first 2 home runs of the year, he's now got 15 runs batted in. Tejada takes his lead at first with 1 down. And the 0-2. It is smacked foul, third base side into the seats. And we'll do it once again at 0-2. This one popped up foul again, third base side. So Diaz battling here with Kahaloa. Left-hander awaits at the plate. Kahaloa gets the sign and set, and the pitch. Driven in the air down the left field line, racing over towards the line, Khalil Lee, but he'll watch this sail out of play into the party deck down the left field line. So another foul ball, and Diaza continues to stay alive at the plate. Next pitch will be number 6 of this at-bat from Kahaloa. Sam Travis waits in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. Right-hander deals, and Diaza lays off the pitch high and outside. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Kahaloa's allowed 44 hits in 54 innings this year, just 16 walks, and he has struck out 55 batters on the season. Those 55 strikeouts tie for 4th best in the Atlantic League with current Duck Stephen Woods Jr. 1-2, a high fly ball in the air to left center, fairly well hit. Back goes Sundberg into the gap, and he'll make the catch in front of the warning track. Tejada going for second. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Good aggressive base running by Ruben Tejada, seeing how deep Sundberg had to go to get to that, and he's able to make it in a scoring position. So Tejada with a fly out to deep center, and Tejada moves to second on the play. Now a runner at second with 2 down, and up will step Sam Travis for Long Island. So Tejada, the runner at second base with 2 down. Here is Sam Travis to the plate, batting from the right side. Cleanup hitter for the Ducks. Kahaloa gets the sign and comes set. And it's first pitch. Travis takes a slider that misses down and away for ball 1. Sam Travis hitting .279 on the year for the Ducks. He leads the team in homers and RBIs with 10 home runs and 43 driven in. Caulfield shaded up the middle at second with Tejada running there, the 1-0. That's ripped towards short and caught on the line drive by Michael Baca. Or it looked more like the ball caught him, but an absolute bullet off the bat of Travis, unfortunately right at Baca, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits or errors, a walk and a man left for the Ducks. 1 inning complete here in the series opener. The Ducks and the Blue Crabs remain scoreless.
Hey fans, this is Alex Dickerson, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
When we go to the second, no score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. First pitch on the way from Stephen Tarpley is a fastball strike over the outside corner to Casey Hobson, 0-1. Hobson, the first baseman and cleanup hitter for Southern Maryland, former Barnstormer. Takes a curveball that misses low. And the count 1-1. Hobson, the son of former Barnstormer and Blue Crabs manager Butch Hobson. 1-1. And that slider misses down and away. So that'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Hobson hitting .238, leads the team with 12 home runs, and he's driven in 23 runs on the year. The 2-1 is fouled back and out of play. And so the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tarpley retired the side in order in the visitors' first, striking out 2. And the 2-2 missed inside with a fastball. And the count goes full. Wally Backman talked extensively about this during the pregame show. First pitch strike's a key for Tarpley to have success. And the 3-2 is hit. A broken back ground ball to short for Ruben Tejada. His throw on to first is in time to beat Hobson by a step. And there's one away. And Tarpley started that at bat with a first pitch strike. And in the first inning of the ball game, started all 3 hitters with first pitch strikes. So that's the way Tarpley wants to start this one. And Backman said that is a key not only for Tarpley but his entire pitching staff. When they have struggled this year, it is often because they fall behind early in the count, especially right out of the gate in an at-bat. And so the key for the Ducks is finding a way to make sure that that doesn't happen and bounce right back and get those first pitch strikes. First pitch to Alex Crosby in this lefty-lefty matchup is a strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Crosby hitting in the 5-hole, batting .353 on the year with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. 0-1 is smacked foul, third base side into the seats. A late swing by Crosby, 0-2. Crosby recently represented Great Britain in a home run derby over in London, the first ever home run derby X. As this pitch is taken for a ball, he was the honorary captain for Great Britain's World Baseball Classic team this year and has dual citizenship as his mother is from Great Britain. That was right before the London series last Friday, with the London series taking place Saturday and Sunday between the Cubs and Cardinals. Ground ball to short, throw to first. Nice pick out of the dirt by Travis in time for the out. Good hustle by Crosby, but a good play by Tejada and Travis. Back-to-back groundouts to short to begin the second. And just like that, 2 away. So that'll bring Khalil Lee to the plate, the left fielder and 6-hitter batting from the left side. The 6th straight lefty for Southern Maryland. To begin, here a drive in the air to center. Back goes Goodwin a few steps, lines it up, makes the catch. 6 batters, 6 first pitch strikes for Tarpley, and back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for the left-hander. Southern Maryland goes down 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the second, no score.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Joe Iorio, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
This is it. Check it out. See what everyone's talking about. Let Nicolak pave your way.
Bring your outdoor living dreams to life. Visit Nicolak's Outdoor Design Center at 200 Henry Street in Lindenhurst and see thousands of square feet of pavers, retaining walls, fire pits, and outdoor living accents on display. Only Nicolak paving stones are made with Paver Shield technology for more vibrant color options than anyone else. Visit Nicolak.com to request a free sample or their Outdoor Design Center at 200 Henry Street in Lindenhurst. Nicolak. Ask for it by name. You'll see the difference. Visit Nicolak.com. That's Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Nicolak Pavers pave your way. Pave your way.
Fans, the 2023 season of Ducks baseball is presented by Catholic Health. Visit them online at chsli.org. Catholic Health, long live Long Island. So we make our way to the bottom half of the second inning. Ducks and the Blue Crabs still scoreless out of the gate. 6 up, 6 down for Stephen Tarpley thus far. And for Long Island here in the second, Alex Dickerson will get things started. It'll be Dickerson, Ramos, and Cisco, the 3 due up. So here's Dickerson in from the left side. First pitch on the way from Kahaloa. And he misses high and outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Dickerson on the year hitting .329, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. He is 7th in the league in batting average right now. Hits a high fly ball in the air down the right field line. Racing over is Braxton Lee. And in fair territory, he will make the catch for the first out. The wind is blowing moderately out towards left field today, so that might have helped keep that one in the field of play. One away, and up will step the designated hitter Wilson Ramos for his first at-bat in a Long Island Duck uniform. Ramos signed and activated by the Ducks today, a 12-year Major League veteran and backstop who serves as the DH tonight. Takes the first pitch high and inside for ball one. Ramos began the year with Monclova in the Mexican League. 12 games there, he had 200, 8 for 40, with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. The 1-0, and another fastball misses upstairs from Kahaloa. 2 balls, no strikes. Ramos, a 12-year big league veteran, spent the majority of that time with the Nationals, parts of 7 seasons. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, that one it sounded like, into the glove of Isaiah Quiros. With the Nationals, he finished fourth in Rookie of the Year voting in 2011. He was a National League All-Star in 2016 and a Silver Slugger that year. Here he hits a high foul ball down the right field line out of play. He also spent parts of 2 years each with the Mets and with the Rays. Was an American League All-Star with the Rays in 2018. And 1 year apiece with the Twins. At the time, the Indians, the Phillies, and the Tigers. Here's the pitch. And Ramos takes a fastball low and inside. On a run the count full of 3-2. With the arrival of Ramos meant the departure of Anthony Peroni, who just can never get going offensively for the Ducks. Payoff pitch. That's rocketed into center field for a base hit. Boy, that was an absolute bullet off the bat of Wilson Ramos, and his first at bat as a Duck. He's got his first hit with the flock. Now the Ducks have a 1-out base runner here in the second. My goodness, was that ball scalded off the bat of Ramos. So 1 on and 1 out. And up to the plate will step Chance Sisco. 100.5 miles an hour off the bat on that single from Wilson Ramos. So 1 on 1 out, up will step catcher Chance Sisco to the plate. First pitch, and that is taken low and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Sisco hitting .292 on the season. He's got 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. This pitch misses low. And the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. Sisco takes, that's low. And quickly 3 balls and no strikes on the Long Island Duck catcher. Had a good road trip highlighted by that 3-homer game in York back on June the 17th, tying a franchise single game record. Here's Kahaloa's pitch, and Sisco takes all the way, and it misses high and away, ball 4. So back-to-back base runners with 1 out for the Ducks here in the second. A single by Ramos, a walk to Sisco. Now the Duck big league catchers are now at first and second base, with 1 down in the second, and up will step third baseman Brantley Bell to the dish. First pitch on the way, and that slider hits the outside corner for a strike. Kahaloa set, kicks and fires. Bell takes a slider low and away, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Bell at .276, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs on the year. From the stretch, it'll be a 1-1. Kicking the pitch. Bell takes a fastball low, and that will move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. If Bell can get aboard, Zhu Wei Lin will be next. Ramos leads off second, Cisco off first. The 2-1 is hit on the ground, fair inside the bag at third and down the left field line. That'll give the Ducks the lead. Ramos around third, he scores. Going to third and rounding third now is Cisco. Lou Ford waving him home. Here's the throw to the plate, it's not in time. It's a 2-run double down the left field line off the bat of Brantley Bell. The Ducks strike first in the series opener and they lead it 2-0. So for Brantley Bell, RBI 17 and 18 on the year on his 6th double of the season. Ramos scores his first run as a Duck. Cisco is 11th. And 3 straight base runners here in the second for Long Island have produced their first 2 runs. Now it's Zue Lin at the plate from the left side. First pitch, and Lin takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Lin is batting .301 on the year, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. .01 is swung on and missed. Lin a little bit late on that offering that time from Kahaloa, and it's quickly 0-2. Lin hitting .301 for the Ducks. Had a bit of an up and down road trip. Slowed down a bit in the series in Lancaster, though a good game in the series finale. And the 0-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Good off-speed pitch that time from Kahaloa. Picks up his first strikeout of the game, and there are 2 away. So with 2 down in the inning and a runner at second, up steps Brian Goodwin to the plate. First pitch, and that misses just downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Goodwin, who grounded out to second to begin the first inning for the Ducks. So Kahaloa's allowed 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk thus far here in the second. 1-0, and he deals a strike. Good fastball at the knees. And they count 1-1. You mentioned Kahaloa, a Hawaii native. He's from Ua Beach, which is on the island of Oahu, just to the west of Honolulu, very close actually to Pearl Harbor, on the south shore of Oahu. 1-1 is down and away for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. I had the pleasure of visiting Honolulu and Oahu, Pearl Harbor included, back in 2021 on my honeymoon. One of the best trips I have ever been on. Absolutely gorgeous out on the Hawaiian Islands, and an absolute blast there. The 2-1. Goodwin a swing and a miss. Late on that fastball from Kahaloa. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking his lead at second, Brantley Bell. His 2-run double has the Ducks in front. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball missing high and outside. And that'll run the count full at 3-2. First base is open. And waiting in the on-deck circle for the Ducks is Ruben Tejada. Goodwin was 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles and an RBI in Sunday's series finale against the Barnstormers. Payoff pitch. It's lifted in the air, foul, third base side. Ducks doing a good job battling against Kahaloa. It's knocked the pitch count up to 43 thus far for the game, 24 for strikes. Meanwhile, Tarpley has been very efficient through 2 innings, 28 pitches for the left-hander, 19 for strikes. Another payoff pitch coming to Goodwin. And the 3-2 is low and inside, ball 4. Kahaloa tried to get him to chase the breaking ball. He wouldn't do so. So there is the second walk of the inning, third of the game, issued by Kahaloa, who walked 7 in his first start of the year, May 2nd against Gastonia, and from that point forward hadn't walked 3 batters in a game except for once. His second start of the year, May 7th against Charleston. That'll bring Isaiah Quiroz out from behind home plate to chat with the right-hander and try and settle him down a little bit. So the Ducks showing good patience in their first time seeing Kahaloa. Did not face him at all in May or in June. Getting their first look at him here. They drew a walk, but nothing more in the first. However, 2 hits, 2 walks here in the second, and already 2 runs in. Looking for more, though, are the Ducks. Here's Ruben Tejada to the plate, who drew the aforementioned walk back in the first inning. First pitch, runners go. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to third, not in time. A double steal pulled off by the Ducks as Brantley Bell takes third. And going to second is Brian Goodwin. For Brantley Bell, his 6th stolen base in 6 attempts this year. For Goodwin, his 8th in 8 attempts. And wasting no time. So just like that, 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Tejada.
And I yelled at him. I'm like, no, it's the camera. Oh.
Here's the 0-1. Tejada hits a high fly ball to center, fairly well hit. Back goes Jack Sundberg. He'll have room, though, and he makes the catch to retire Tejada for the final out of the inning. But the Ducks take the first lead of the game. They get 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. There were no errors. The Ducks leave a pair in scoring position. And after 2 on Long Island, it's the Ducks 2 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
Hey fans, this is Sam Travis, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
First pitch from Stephen Tarpley here in the third. Misses down and away for a ball. The count goes to 1-0. Tarpley beginning his 3rd inning of work. He's retired the first 6 he has faced. Ducks with a 2-0 lead on a 2-run double by Brantley Bell in the second. Tarpley deals a strike here, and that will even up the count at 1-1. That first pitch ball to Quiros, the first pitch ball that Tarpley has thrown tonight. 1-1 is ripped foul down the third base line, and that'll move the count to 1-2. Pitch misses downstairs again, and that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Fastball misses inside from Tarpley, and the count full at 3-2 on Quiros, hitting .238, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. So Tarpley retired all 6 lefties that he faced to begin the game. Now he's got 3 straight righties due up in the third. And the payoff pitch is lined up the middle. Oh, what a catch on the dive by Zue Lin for the first out of the inning. Lin ranging up the middle on his backhand makes a terrific diving catch to snag the liner off the bat of Quiros. And there's one away in the third. Checking that replay out, Tarpley almost got a glove on it trying to stop that screaming liner, but Lin just slightly shaded towards the middle, and that worked out in his favor. Here's Ian Yetzko to the plate, and the designated hitter takes inside for ball number 1. Yetzko batting .254 on the year, a home run and 7 RBIs on the season. Fastball misses high and away. Tarpley quickly behind. 2 balls and no strikes. Tarpley faced Southern Maryland twice last year. Pitched well against them here on Long Island. 5 innings of 2-run ball, allowing 4 hits and 2 walks while striking out 4 in a 3-2 win last July the 23rd. As Yetzko fouls one back to the screen. But struggled in Southern Maryland against the Blue Crabs on August 6th in Game 2 of a doubleheader. He allowed 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits in 5 innings. Walked 2, struck out 5, and took the loss at a 5-1 defeat. That was a 7-inning game. 2-1, grounded towards the middle, ranging to his left Tejada. He fields the off-balance throw to first, and he gets him. Very nice plays from the middle of the Ducks infield. First Lynn on the line drive, and now Tejada on the ground ball. And both Quiros and Yetzko are retired. 2 away in the 3rd. Fans, have you heard? This season, FloBaseball, it will be your home for all things Atlantic League Baseball, including live streams of every Ducks game. Tune into all the action by visiting FLOBaseball.tv or download the Flow Sports app on iOS or Android devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or Chromecast. First pitch from Stephen Tarpley is upstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Michael Baca. The shortstop hitting .277. No homers, 21 runs batted in. 1-0. This is fouled back to the screen behind home plate. And that will leave it up the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss here. Tarpley ahead 1-2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Stephen Tarpley with another nasty slider. 3rd strikeout of the night for the Ducks left-hander. And he has retired the first 9 Blue Crab batters in order. We have played 2.5 innings here in the series opener. The Ducks leading the Blue Crabs 2-0.
Hey fans, this is Ian Clarkin. You're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer, has been family-owned and operated for 65 years. Visit their spacious showroom to choose from a giant inventory of new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles with a free 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty included. Some exclusions apply. Plus, they offer top dollar for trades, and their service department is open until 1 a.m. on weekdays. Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, is conveniently located off exit 50 on Sunrise Highway, or visit SayvilleFord.com for more information.
Hey kids, are you ready to be part of the coolest club in town? If so, sign up today for the Long Island Ducks Kids Club, presented by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. Children 14 and under will receive exclusive perks that only come with being a member, including a free ticket to a Ducks game, a free commemorative yearbook, 10% off at the Waddle Inn Shop, and much more. They'll also receive priority access to skip the line during Kids Run the Bases at all Sunday home games. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825, and we'll see you at the ballpark. So we make our way to the bottom of the 3rd. The Ducks in front by the count of 2-0. Stephen Tarpley has looked strong out of the gate, retiring the first 9 that he has faced. So as we make our way to the bottom of the 3rd, it'll be Alejandro Diaz that'll lead things off, followed by Sam Travis and Alex Dickerson. First pitch is a breaking ball, taken for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Deaza with a fly out to center back in the first, and his only at bat of the night thus far. 0-1 is a high pop-up. Foul to the third base side. Quiros sheds the mask. Now gives way to the third baseman Crosby, who makes the catch. And there's one away. So 1 down, and up will step Sam Travis to the plate as Deaza now 0 for 2. Travis hit the ball hard his first time up, but lined out to the shortstop Baca. First pitch is a slider outside from Kahaloa for ball 1. Travis was 0 for 3 in the series finale against the Barnstormers on Sunday afternoon. Kahaloa misses with a fastball outside. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. On the ground up the middle, that is going to sneak through off the second base bag and go into center field. So Sam Travis has himself a base hit as he singles to center. 1 on, 1 out, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Alex Dickerson. We are working very hard to try and get a proper score bug set for you with the correct game information, so please bear with us as we do that. We appreciate your patience as we work out some of the technical difficulties we are facing tonight. First pitch swung on and missed by Alex Dickerson. And the count goes to 0-1. Dickerson hit the ball high and deep down the right field line his first time up, but it was tracked down along the line by Braxton Lee. Back leading off inning number 2. 0-1 fastball from Kahaloa misses way upstairs. And that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dickerson had a pair of hits in the series finale on Sunday, including his 10th double of the year. Scored a run in the ball game when he and Goodwin hit back-to-back 2-out doubles in the third. Check that, the fourth. Here a slider misses low and inside, and that'll move the count to 2-1 on Dickerson. Ducks getting a 2-0 lead on the Brantley Bell 2-run double in the second. Two-one, swing and a miss. Tied him up with a fastball over the inner half of the plate. Good pitch that time from Kahaloa. And that evens the count at 2-2. Travis, the runner at first, 1 for 2 in the stolen base department this season. And the pitch, foul tipped in and out of the glove of Quiros. Here's the pitch, lifted in the air down the left field line. That'll just foul it out of play. And we'll do it once again with the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mix of sun and clouds up above. The lights are on here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. We mentioned before the wind blowing out towards left field. 2-2 has popped up in the air behind third. Alex Crosby along the line will give way to the shortstop Baca, who makes the catch. So Dickerson now 0 for 2 with a pair of pop-outs, 2 away in the inning. And that'll leave it up to designated hitter Wilson Ramos. So here is Ramos to the plate from the right side, who singled and scored in his first at-bat as a Duck 1 inning ago. First pitch, and he hits a chopper towards third, fielded on a big hop by Crosby, and his throw across the diamond is in time for the out. That'll retire the side. So in the inning for the Ducks, no runs. They do pick up a hit, leave a man on base. Their 4th left on tonight. 3 innings complete to open up this 3-game series. Ducks 2 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
Hey fans, this is Joe DiCarlo, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
To the fourth inning we go. The Ducks with a 2-0 lead, and fans be sure to follow all season long as the Ducks team up with Island Federal Credit Union and hit home runs for hunger. Every time a Ducks player hits a home run here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark, Island Federal will donate $100 to Long Island Cares in an effort to help improve food security for families on Long Island. Island Federal Credit Union, you can bank on the power of if. So the Ducks take a 2-0 lead into the fourth. And leading things off for the Blue Crabs will be their center fielder, Jack Sundberg, who takes the first pitch down and away. For ball one from Stephen Tarpley, who started with 6 straight first pitch strikes and now has missed on the first pitch to each of the last 4 hitters. 1-0 is grounded to the right side. Nice pick out of the dirt on the backhand by Travis. He'll take it to the bag himself. So I'll make it 10 up and 10 down for Tarpley. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Ducks not getting good news out of the gate tonight as the York Revolution beating up on the Staten Island Ferry Hawks in game 1 of a doubleheader. 11-1 the score there. And I believe that game might have just gone final. Revolution going to get a home run from Trent Gimbroni, his 10th of the year. 2 RBIs apiece from Drew Mendoza and Richard Urania, as well as Ryan January to lead their offense. Jemison hit his first home run of the year for Staten Island. So if that is the score in that game final, York right now a game and a half ahead of both the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. As Caulfield fouls one off to even up the count at 1-1. And they'll play a second game too. That is one of the 2 games at hand that York has over Long Island right now. 3 other games going on right now in the Atlantic League as Caulfield takes a curveball inside. And the count goes to 2-1. Lexington hosting Lancaster, 2-0, the counterclocks lead. That game is in the middle of the third. Moritz, his first home run of the year. Ledette and D. Sabatino, the starting pitchers in that one. Caulfield tied up on a fastball upstairs, swings and misses. And the count even at 2-2. Big series down in North Carolina starting tonight. Gastonia and High Point in Gastonia. And right now through 3, the Honey Hunters lead the Rockers 3-1. 2-2 misses low. And that's big because right now Gastonia and High Point enter the day in an even tie for first place in the South Division standings, 36-16. Each team 20 games over 500, the 2 best records in the Atlantic League. And boy, have those teams impressed once again out of the gate. Here, Caulfield crushes one but fouled on the right field line towards the Ducks' fun zone down the right field line. Right now, Gastonia, as we mentioned, leads 3-1. Terry, his 8th home run of the year for the Honey Hunters. Godley against Mansueta, the pitching matchup in that one. Godley has been terrific this year for Gastonia. 3-2 to Caulfield, and he swings and grounds one foul up the first base line. Caulfield grounded to third his first time up. The Spire City Ghost Hounds playing their first road game as the Ghost Hounds. They lead 4-1 in Charleston. In the top of the 4th inning, Jose Marmolejos, his 9th home run of the year for the Ghost Hounds. And Bobby Bradley, his 16th home run of the year for Charleston in that one. It's Lavendier against Sheets, the pitching matchup. Lavendier for Spire City, Sheets for Charleston. 3-2 to Caulfield, and that just missed outside. Close pitch from Tarpley. Did not get the call from home plate umpire Warren Nicholson. And there's the first base runner of the night for Southern Maryland as Philip Caulfield works his 8th walk of the year and makes his way to first with 1 away. Sam Travis and Philip Caulfield having a few words, former teammates from each of the past 2 seasons. Indeed, it is a final in York in game 1, so the Revs right now a game and a half up on both of these teams. First pitch breaking ball drops in for a strike to Braxton Lee, who struck out swinging his first time up. And the count 0-1. Lee with that tight open stance at the plate. The 0-1. Slow. Runner going for second on a delayed steal, and the throw down is in time. Good throw by Chance Cisco and a good tag by Ruben Tejada. Caulfield with a delayed steal there and is caught sealing 2-6 on the play. 4th time this year he has been caught in 11 attempts. And so just like that, 2 down in the inning. Good strong throw and a good slap tag by Tejada on Caulfield. Meanwhile, the Mets and the Brewers are scoreless through 1 at Citi Field. Peterson on the mound tonight for the Mets. Teheran for the Brewers. 1-1. He swung on and missed. Tied up on a fastball over the inside corner was Lee. And it's 1-2. The Yankees out west will take on the Athletics at 9:40 tonight. Johnny Brito against Paul Blackburn. The pitching matchup in that series opener. So it'll be a 1-2 from Tarpley, and Lee takes just outside. Ooh, Tarpley thought he had painted the corner with a fastball for strike 3, but they say otherwise. And so the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tarpley misses again, this time a little bit low. So the count full 3-2. Payoff pitch from Tarpley, and Lee takes the slider outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued here by Tarpley after he retired the first 10 in a row. It's the caught stealing of Caulfield to get out of that situation, but now walks Lee after getting ahead on him. So 2 walks issued for Tarpley, which he had not done since May 31st against York. 1 walk in each of the last 2 outings. First pitch, that's rocketed to the right side and past the diving try of Lynn for a base hit by Casey Hobson. Lee will go to second and stop right there. So the Blue Crabs getting to Tarpley a little bit here, second time through the order. 2 walks and now a single. And Southern Maryland has 2 on with 2 out for the dangerous Alex Crosby in his .353 batting average this season. First pitch from Tarpley, and Crosby takes a curveball that misses the inside corner for ball 1. Crosby grounded it short his first time up, but we mentioned this earlier, a .353 batting average coming into the day today. The 1-0. High pop-up, foul behind the plate. Francisco gives this one a look. Well, this will be back into the crowd, takes a big hop on the lower concourse and jumps up into the club seats, where a fan makes a nice grab. And that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tarpley will step off the rubber here, go through the signs once again. The count 1-1 on Alex Crosby. With 2 on and 2 out for Southern Maryland, threatening for the first time tonight. Tarpley looks to second. The 1-1. Crosby takes a slider down and away. Terrific block by Cisco, sliding to his left to keep the runners put. Be a 2-1. That pitch misses inside. All of a sudden, Stephen Tarpley having some control troubles here. They got the first out of the inning on a ground out, and then 2 walks, a single. And the only reason it's not bases loaded right now because of caught stealing. But now behind on Crosby at 3-1 with Khalil Lee waiting on deck. And Tarpley's pitch is a fastball taken low for ball 4. So 3 walks among the last 4 hitters issued by Tarpley. And the Blue Crabs have now loaded up the bases with 2 down. And up will step Khalil Lee. Surprised we have not seen Luis Rodriguez head to the mound to try and settle down Tarpley, who seems to be struggling with his command here, second time through the batting order. So the Blue Crabs threatening to tie this game or take the lead. First pitch to Lee, and he takes a slider on the outside corner for strike 1. Lee disagreed, felt like it was outside. but he's behind at 0-1. Lee with a fly out to center his first time up. Went 2 for 3 with a solo homer, his second of the year on Sunday in the loss to High Point. Another strike for Tarpley as he hits the outside corner with a fastball. Again, Lee upset, but Tarpley gets ahead in the count, 0-2 as he tries to work out of trouble. We've got Braxton Lee at third, Casey Hobson at second, Alex Crosby at first. The 0-2, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So all of a sudden, Stephen Tarpley finds the command again and strikes out Khalil Lee on 3 pitches. His 4th strikeout of the night. And Tarpley leaves the bases loaded in the 4th. No runs for Southern Maryland. They get a hit and 3 walks in the inning. No errors. The bases are left loaded. And we head to the bottom half of the 4th with the Ducks still in front of the Blue Crabs by the count of 2-0.
Hey fans, this is Stephen Woods Jr. and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
PSCG Long Island wants you to know how to save energy and money in your home. Did you know energy efficient appliances can use up to 25% less energy? Here's how to save. PSCG Long Island offers money-saving rebates when you purchase Energy Star appliances. Discover how a little energy efficiency know-how can mean savings in your home. Find more energy efficiency tips, tools, and money-saving rebates at pscgliny.com/save money.
The Waddle Inn Shop is your home for everything Ducks baseball. The team store is full of official Long Island Ducks merchandise, great gifts, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more. You can even get your favorite name and number put on the back of your very own Ducks jersey. Celebrate Waddle Inn Wednesday as well with exclusive deals in-store during every Wednesday home game. Visit the Waddle Inn Shop today at Fairfield Properties Ballpark or shop online anytime at LIDucks.com.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 4th. Stephen Tarpley flirts with a little bit of trouble, but was able to escape it in the top of the 4th, leaving the bases loaded when he struck out Khalil Lee. So we go to the bottom of the 4th with the Ducks still in front by a pair. And it'll be 7, 8, and 9 in the order due up for the flock. Chance Cisco, Brantley Bell, and Zhu Wei Lin. First pitch, and Cisco takes a breaking ball strike over the inside corner. So 0-1 on Cisco, who walked his first time up and scored on the 2-run double by Bell. He takes Ian out of the zone here, and the count even at 1-1. Kahaloa in his 4th inning of work has allowed 3 hits, a pair of runs, and has walked 3. Gets a swing and a miss here, 1-2. And Kahaloa at the moment at 62 pitches on the night, 37 for strikes. 1-2. Cisco lays off a high fastball. That gets the count even up. Cisco caught as well in the series finale Sunday at the Barnstormers. 0 for 3 though at the plate. 2-2. And takes the curveball down and in. Thought about it, but was able to hold up. I guess the count full on Kahaloa at 3-2. Right-hander gets the sign from Quiros. The payoff pitch is swung on and popped foul, third base side. That'll drift out of play. We'll do it again at 3-2. So Wally Backman excited to have 2 former big leaguers behind the plate. And the plan as of right now is to alternate Cisco and Ramos as the catchers, with Joe DiCarlo getting some opportunities behind the plate as well. 3-2, and that's popped up in the air, third base. Alex Crosby moves in and towards the line and makes the catch in fair territory for the first out. Carlo on the bench tonight, but figures to get some playing time as well at third base, with Brantley Bell going out to left field. And Backman has some options now of moving guys around, giving guys a little bit of rest. And tough for a guy like Peroni, who is as nice as they come and was excited about the opportunity to play here on Long Island. but unfortunately was struggling on the offensive side and struggling to throw runners out on the defensive side, and with all the big league experience brought in, especially behind the plate, he loses his spot on the roster as he was released today. The 1-0 to Bell is a slider outside 2-0. It's also time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Long Island has 3 players, all outfielders, out on the injured list right now. 2-0 popped up, first base side, that's foul, giving it a look, Quiros and Hobson, but this will be back into the seats. Outfielder Luis Guerrero has back spasms. Boog Powell remains out with an undisclosed lower body injury, and Mike Wilson also out in the injured list as he has a non-disclosed non-baseball injury. Kahaloa's 2-1, and Bell takes a fastball downstairs to move the count to 3-1. Right now for the Blue Crabs, pitcher Jared Birch is out on the injured list, as is outfielder David Harris. Here, Bell lines one down the left field line, just foul. Bidding for his second extra base hit of the night, didn't miss the foul line by much, just to the left. And so he'll have to make his way back to the plate with the count full at 3-2. Bell has been hitting the ball hard. He had a 2-homer game in Staten Island last week on Thursday. Had another one in Lancaster as well. Game 2 of the doubleheader on Saturday. 3-2. And he hits a high fly ball in the air to shallow center. Out goes Caulfield. In comes Sundberg. And it is the center fielder Jack Sundberg who makes the running catch. So Bell retired on the fly ball. 2 down in the inning. And that'll bring up Zhu Wei Lin to the plate. So here is Lin as the Ducks wrap up their second trip through the batting order. They were actually, as of right now, much more productive first time through the order, with 2 hits and 2 walks. This time through the order, just a hit and a walk, as Lin pops one up in the air to shallow left. Out goes the shortstop Baca, and Michael Baca will make the catch for the first time tonight. Ducks are retired in order. 3 outs all in the air. We have played 4 on this Tuesday night in Central Islip. Ducks still hanging on to a 2-0 lead over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is Boog Powell, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Ducks after 4. We head to the 5th here in Central Islip, New York. And that means it is time for our 5th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. So get your thinking caps on. We'll have that question to you coming up momentarily. Ducks out hitting the Blue Crabs 3-1 in the early going. The big hit, the 2-run double by Brantley Bell in the second. And that is the difference in the ball game right now. So, as we go to the top of the 5th, bottom 3 in the order are due up for Southern Maryland. Isaiah Quiros to begin. And the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. Quiros hit a hard liner up the middle his first time up, but a diving catch by Zue Lin at second robbed him of the base hit. 1-0, and Tarpley misses outside again. Quickly 2 balls and no strikes. So today's trivia question is going to revolve around the newcomer, and that is Wilson Ramos, who was signed and activated by the Ducks today. Designated hitter, batting in the 6th spot, 1 for 2 with a run scored tonight. Quiros fouls one off to the first base side out of play, 2-1. And we're going to take you all the way back to 2010. And that was when he made his major league debut, called up by the Minnesota Twins that year. He played 7 games for the Twins, 15 then for the Washington Nationals in that same season. And in those 22 games, hit .278 with a home run and 5 RBIs. We've got a 2-part question coming for you, which we'll start to tell you after this 2-2. Pitch is a curveball, and it's on the outside corner, strike 3 call. Tarpley's had excellent movement on that breaking ball tonight. 5 strikeouts in the ball game. That's the first looking, though, and there's 1 away in the 5th. So our 2-part question for you. First part, Wilson Ramos made his major league debut for the Twins against the Cleveland Indians May 2nd at Progressive Field in Cleveland, and he went 4 for 5 in his big league debut with 3 singles and a double. The double obviously being his first extra base hit. We want to know which pitcher he hit that double off of, and the hint we will give you is that pitcher went on to pitch for the Long Island Ducks. So that is the first part to the question. Which former Duck pitcher gave up the first extra base hit of Wilson Ramos's major league career? So that's part 1. The 0-2, and it's fouled off by Yetzko. Part 2 of our question, when Ramos went to the Nationals, he hit his first major league home run at Nationals Park September the 8th, 2010 in a 3-2 loss to the New York Mets. Which Mets pitcher gave up Ramos's first major league home run? Swing and a miss by Yetzko here for strike 3. Make it 6 strikeouts on the night for Tarpley, 3 in a row for the left-hander after he got into the bases loaded 2-out jam in the 4th. So now 2 away, and that'll leave it up to the shortstop, Michael Baca. So there's your 2-part question. Which pitcher on the Cleveland Indians, who went on eventually to pitch for the Long Island Ducks, gave up the first extra base hit of Wilson Ramos's big league career, and which former Mets pitcher gave up the first home run of Wilson Ramos's major league career? We'll let you think about them. We'll give you the answers in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 to Baca, takes a fastball high and outside, and Tarpley behind 2-0. Tarpley to this point has thrown 78 pitches, 46 for strikes. He had terrific command first time through the order, has struggled a bit with it second time through, but has yet to give up a run. A 2-0. Baca takes down and in 3-0. And now Tarpley wants a new baseball, so Cisco will toss it away, and Warren Nicholson will get Tarpley a fresh baseball. Baca struck out swinging his first time up, ending a 1-2-3 3rd inning. Came in hitting .277 with no homers and 21 runs batted in. 3-0. And Tarpley deals a fastball inside ball 4. That one didn't miss by much, but out of the zone. Make it the 4th walk of the night for Stephen Tarpley, tying his season high, which he did in his first start of the year back on May 6th against Gastonia in 4 innings of 1-run ball. So Baca aboard with 2 outs, and that will give the baton to Jack Sundberg, who's 0 for 2 thus far on the night. Leadoff hitter in the Blue Crab lineup. First pitch from Tarpley, and he deals a fastball belt tie outside corner for a strike. Sundberg was 3 for 5 in the series finale Sunday against the Rockers, which High Point won 6-4, scoring 3 runs in the 7th and 3 in the 8th to overturn an early 2-0 deficit. A 1 swung on and missed. And the count quickly 0-2. Sundberg hit his 6th double of the year in that ball game. Scored a run, but also struck out twice. Tonight he has struck out and grounded out. Tarpley ready, the 0-2, and Sundberg lays off a curveball down and away. 1-2, and because of all these balls that Tarpley now has thrown over the last couple of innings, his pitch count up to 83. Last 2 starts didn't go much above 80, 81 and then 82. So we'll see if this is the final inning for the left-hander if he gets through it. The 1-2. Sundberg a little tapper toward short. Charging in is Tejada. Fields and throws to first. Not in time. Runner going for third. Here's the throw, and out at third is Michael Baca. So Baca tried to make something happen for the Blue Crabs on that ground ball slowly hit by Sundberg. And the out is made at first. It'll be a base hit for Sundberg. But the put out will go 6-3-5. And that will retire the side in the inning. So for Southern Maryland, no runs, a hit, a walk, and because of that play, one left. And we'll make our way to the bottom of the fifth. Halfway through here in the series opener, it's 2-0 Ducks.
Hey fans, this is Justin Allentoff, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Prato. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Fairfield Properties Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Morning, Dan. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was awesome. I took my family to a Ducks game and had a blast. The seats were great. We ate a ton of food, and the Ducks won. They even had amazing fireworks.
Oh, yeah. They got a good thing going on there. I took friends to Thirsty Thursday a couple weeks ago and had too much fun.
They should totally use us in one of their radio spots.
You mean like the one we're doing right now?
Sure, that works.
Ducks Baseball. Good times every time. Get tickets at liducks.com.
This game goes to the bottom of the fifth, 2-0 in favor of the Long Island Ducks. Brian Goodwin to the plate to lead things off in the fifth against Ian Kahaloa. And the first pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Kahaloa thus far has allowed 3 hits. He has walked 3 as he misses low here. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. 2 runs on the Brantley Bell 2-run double. In his 4 innings, he has struck out just 1. 75 pitches right now, 43 for strikes. This is high and away for a ball. And it's 3-0. And we'll see what happens with Stephen Tarpley. He's at 84 pitches through 5 innings of work. Here's the 3-0. And that misses downstairs, ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued by Kahaloa to begin the fifth to Brian Goodwin, who walks for the second time tonight. It's another First National Bank LI walk to first. Now the Ducks get the leadoff man aboard here in inning number 5. It's also time for the answer to our 5th inning trivia, where again we tested your knowledge of the Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. And we'll remind you of the questions again before we reveal the answers. Wilson Ramos, the newest addition to the flock, made his MLB debut May 2nd, 2010 in Cleveland against the then called Indians, now the Guardians, as Ruben Tejada takes ball 1. And in that game, he had 4 hits, 3 singles and a double. He drove in a run, he scored a run, did not drive in a run among his 4 hits. Delman Young also had 4 hits that day. So our question to you was, which member of the Indians, who would eventually go on to pitch for the Ducks, gave up the double in that game to Ramos for his first extra base hit of his big league career? And the answer was Hector Ambriz, the right-hander, hard-throwing reliever, who would eventually go on and pitch with the Ducks in 2015, posting a 1.29 ERA in 7 relief appearances. Tejada takes a strike here at the knees, and it's 1-1. And then we told you his first big league home run, Wilson Ramos, hit on September 8th, 2010 for the Nationals against the Mets in D.C. We wanted to know which Mets pitcher gave up Ramos' first big league home run. 1-1 to Tejada is inside for ball 2, and the answer was R.A. Dickey, the knuckleballer, who allowed a 2-out, 2-run home run in the 5th inning to Ramos. So the answers to tonight's trivia questions are Hector Ambriz and R.A. Dickey. 2-1, runner goes, and that's smoked to right field. There's a base hit. Around second, Goodwin. He will head to third. The throw there is going to be cut off. So Ruben Tejada's got his first hit of the night. He's aboard for the second time. Perfectly executed hit and run. The Ducks with first and third, nobody out here in the fifth inning. With Goodwin going, the second baseman Caulfield went to go cover second, and because of that, Tejada shot it the other way to right field, and right where Caulfield might have been standing. So now the Ducks with a speedy runner at third, less so at first than Tejada, but Goodwin runs well. Here's De Aza, and he takes the first pitch over the inside corner for strike one. De Aza 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a foul fly to third. De Aza reaching base in 8 of his last 9 games coming in. On that 9-game road trip for the Ducks, he takes outside here 1-1. And during the road trip, De Aza hit .361, 13 for 36, 2 doubles and 2 homers. He drove in 10 runs, scored 9, and drew 5 walks as well. A terrific trip for the 2022 Atlantic League batting champ. He takes a fastball high here. And that'll move the count to 2-1. But he's hitless thus far tonight. De Aza, Dickerson, and Lynn, the only Ducks who have yet to get aboard in this game. 2-1, and he chases down and in, swings and misses for strike 2. Now obviously with nobody out, looking for a fly ball to try and bring Goodwin home and extend the lead to 3. De Aza does not have a sac fly yet on the season. Two from Kahaloa, kicks and fires, and De Aza takes the fastball high, 3-2. Good eye from the Ducks left fielder to lay off that pitch up and out of the zone. De Aza with a 3-run home run in the 7th inning on Sunday, trying to homer for the 3rd straight game day. Here's the payoff. Runner does not go at first, and De Aza takes down and in ball 4. So there is the second walk of the inning issued by Kahaloa, the 5th of the game given up by the right-hander. And that is another First National Bank LI walk to first. And with that, Ducks have loaded up the bases with nobody out. And that'll bring Sam Travis to the plate, but before that, a visit from pitching coach Darryl Thompson. So this is the second visit to the mound for the Blue Crabs in this one. Isaiah Quiroz went out to the mound in the 2nd inning with the right-hander laboring, and now Thompson will go. I'm sure the Ducks are happy they will not see Thompson in this series. The 3-time defending Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year, not scheduled to start in either of the 3 games in this series. I told you it's Ian Kahaloa today. Tomorrow, Jesse Estrada, a right-hander, and then the former Rocker Neil Uscali will start the finale on Thursday. Thompson 4-1 to 11 starts this year, though he has not had his usual success. 4.93 ERA on the season for Thompson. So the bases loaded with Ducks. Goodwin at third, Tejada at second, De Aza at first. Here is Sam Travis at the plate, who has 1 grand slam this year. The Ducks have 2. And the first pitch is a fastball outside, 1-0. Travis line to short in the first, then single to center in the 3rd. So 2 hard hit baseballs, and now perhaps there was a cross-up between Quiroz and Kahaloa. Quiroz goes out to the mound to chat with him, and Warren Nicholson joins him to make sure all they were doing was going over the signs, so that way it would not count as a 3rd mound visit. And obviously that would be the 2nd time that someone would visit Kahaloa, so that would be all for him, but just a quick chat to go over the signs. The runners lead at every base with nobody out. 1-0 to Travis. He is swung on and popped up in the air behind first. Backing up on it, Casey Hobson. He gives way to Philip Caulfield, and Caulfield makes the catch on the grass in shallow right. So Travis cannot get the job done. The runners remain put at every base. 1 away, and that'll bring up Alex Dickerson. Ducks as a team this year batting .298 with the bases loaded, but their opponents hitting .375 in those same situations. Now pop out for Travis. Now makes him 1 for 4 with the bags full this year. Here's Dickerson from the left side. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Dickerson this year has come up 4 times, 4 at-bats with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 4. 1 RBI and a bases loaded walk. That has been it. Fly ball could still get a run home with just 1 out in the inning. The 1-0. And he swings and misses, tied up on a fastball over the inside corner. Leaving the count at 1-1. Big moment in the game here with the Ducks leading by 2. Tarpley has looked strong. The Ducks trying to extend the lead and give their pitching staff some breathing room to work with. 1-1. Dickerson takes a breaking ball low and inside. And that'll move the count to 2-1. Kahaloa now with 92 pitches in the game. Obviously Stan Clyburn wants to get him through the 5th, so that way the Blue Crabs don't lose the DH. Right-hander ready to go. The 2-1. Line drive into right field. There's a base hit for Dickerson. Scoring is Goodwin. Tejada around third. He will score. Going to third is Deaza. It's a 2-run single to right field for Alex Dickerson. And the Ducks double their lead. They're in front 4-0. An absolute bullet off the bat of Alex Dickerson into right field. He picks up his 29th and 30th runs batted in of the year. And his first hit this season with the bases loaded makes it a 4-run game in favor of the Flock. So 2-run score now, first and third, 1 out. And here's Wilson Ramos, who swings first pitch and grounds this one to the shortstop hole. Baca fields. He goes to second for the force. The throw to first, and unable to dig it out at first is Hobson. In to score from third is Alejandro Deaza. RBI fielder's choice, 6-4 on the play, and the Ducks lead is 5-0. That was a good play by the shortstop Baca to get to it and get the out at second. The throw to first from Caulfield was a little low, and Hobson couldn't pick it out of the dirt. So Deaza scores from third on the play, his 13th run of the year, as Ramos gets his first RBI with the Flock. And now Chance Cisco fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. So 3 runs in the inning. For Goodwin, his 25th run of the year. For Tejada, his 10th. And for Deaza, his 13th. The Ducks now with a runner at first and 2 down for Cisco, who pops one up in the air. Foul territory, third base side. Racing to the stands goes Alex Crosby, and he watches it go back and out of play. And Cisco now behind it, 0-2. So Deaza and Dickerson have joined the on-base party here tonight in this inning. Deaza with a walk and a run scored. Dickerson with a 2-run single, which leaves Zue Lin as the only Duck who has yet to get on base safely tonight. 0-2 on Cisco, who walked, scored, and popped to third in his 2 trips to the plate. Kahaloa comes set, and the 0-2. Fastball taken upstairs. That'll move the count to a ball and 2 strikes. So 5 runs given up by Kahaloa, tying his season high. He's done that 3 different times this year. 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Did that in his first start May 2nd against Gastonia, and did it again in back-to-back starts June 11th against Lexington and June 16th at High Point, though he won the latter of those 2. 2-2 to Cisco. Is swung on and popped up. Again to third base. Backing up is Crosby. Settles under it, gives way now to Baca, and Baca will make the catch to retire the side here in the 5th. But the Ducks send 7 men up to the plate. They had 3 runs on the scoreboard, 2 hits, 2 walks in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 5 innings in the books here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. It's now the Ducks 5 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
Hey fans, this is Brantley Bell, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Lynch Shop on your next visit to Fairfield Properties Ballpark, where exclusive Hard to Find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Ducks. Well, Long Island adds 3 insurance runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-run single by Alex Dickerson, and an RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Wilson Ramos. His first RBI as a Duck. Long Island leads 5-0, and the first pitch from Stephen Tarpley is taken low for ball 1 by Philip Caulfield. So Tarpley goes back out for the 6th. He's thrown 84 pitches thus far here tonight coming into the inning, 49 for strikes. A 1-0, and Caulfield takes a strike in the outside corner, 1-1. Tarpley has not thrown this many pitches since May 31st, when he threw 105, tying his season high in a loss to the York Revolution here. 1-1 is fouled third base side out of play. And the count 1-2. He threw 81 pitches in 6 scoreless innings. June 14th against Charleston. That was here. And 82 pitches his last time out in 6 innings of 2-run ball at Staten Island last Wednesday. And Tarpley goes back out for the 6th here. Another 1-2 inside, and it hits Caulfield in the back. Caulfield jokingly pretending like he was going to go charge the mound at his former teammate, and the two of them smiling and sharing some words. But obviously, that was not intentional whatsoever, a breaking ball that just didn't break. So Caulfield hit for the 3rd time this year. That's the 3rd batter that Tarpley has hit this season. And the leadoff man aboard for Southern Maryland. That's the first time tonight Southern Maryland has had the leadoff man on base. Now Braxton Lee to the plate. And first pitch is skied in the air to left, hit pretty well. Back into the corner goes De Aza, and in deep left field he will make the catch right along the line. Caulfield going for second, and he's going to make it in there safely. So good aggressive base running by Caulfield as Lee flies out the other way. But gets Caulfield the second with only 1 out. Lee now 0 for 2 with a walk. Caulfield still 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. So the Blue Crabs with a runner at second and 1 down, and up will step Casey Hobson, the first baseman. Look at the numbers on Tarpley. He's been terrific over his last 2 starts coming off of the injured list. He came out of the game June 6th after just 1 inning. He left in the 2nd inning with an injury. Here a swing and a miss for strike 1 by Hobson. And in those last 2 starts, just 2 runs allowed in 12 innings, a 1.50 ERA, 7 hits, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. And he's done a pretty nice job thus far here tonight with 5 1/3 scoreless innings. Fouled off by Hobson for strike 2. Tarpley's allowed 2 hits. He has walked 4, but has struck out 6. Trying to make it 3 consecutive quality starts if he can get through this inning with 3 earned runs or less. Obviously, his goal is to allow 0. It's ahead 0-2 on Hobson. The pitch is a slider down and away for ball 1. Hobson 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded out to short in the 2nd and then singled to right in the 4th. The first hit of the game for Southern Maryland. Caulfield leads from second with 1 out. Tarpley's 1-2, and Hobson takes the fastball inside. Thought about it, but laid off on the pitch. And count even now at 2-2. Hobson awaits. Here's the pitch. And the slider misses low and outside. Try to get Hobson to chase out of the zone again. But good plate discipline by Southern Maryland's first baseman. Hobson was 1 for 4 in the series finale Sunday against High Point. That was in Southern Maryland, that 6-4 loss for the Blue Crabs. 3-2. That's fouled back. That slider stayed up, out over the plate enough for Hobson to chase it and just made enough contact to stay alive. So we'll do it again with the count full. Alex Crosby waiting on deck. Trying to look down into the Ducks bullpen to see if I see any action going. I don't see anybody throwing at the moment, but tough to tell. Payoff pitch, and Hobson a swing and a miss, strike 3. Tarpley pulls the string and picks up his 7th strikeout of the night. Back-to-back starts with 7 Ks for Tarpley. He's now got 46 strikeouts on the season. So Hobson goes down. He's now 1 for 3. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to third baseman Alex Crosby. I told you, Tarpley this year holding lefties to a .220 batting average coming into the game. And the Blue Crabs with 6 lefties among their first 6 hitters in the lineup. And combined, they have 2 hits. The only 2 hits for Southern Maryland. Sundberg 1 for 3. Hobson 1 for 3. Man at the plate. Crosby 0 for 1 with a ground out to short and a walk. Here a half swing at a pitch downstairs. He went around. And that will run the count quickly to 0-2. Thought that Nicholson might appeal to Silvio Martinez at third, but he made the call himself. So Tarpley ahead 0-2 and a strike 3 away from a scoreless inning here in the 6th and 6 shutout innings tonight. The 0-2. Slider just getting a piece Crosby as he chased the pitch way outside and fouled it off. Tarpley leads the Ducks with 4 quality starts on the season and trying to make it 5 if he can get through this inning. Now next pitch will be number 100 for the southpaw. Oh-2. Fastball taken on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Stephen Tarpley with 6 scoreless innings here in the series opener against Southern Maryland, and he ties his season high with his 8th strikeout of the night. Another good performance from Tarpley this evening. No runs in the inning, no hits, a hit batter, 1 man left on base through 5.5 innings of play tonight. It's still the Ducks 5 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
This is pitcher Joe Kuja, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
What happens when you and your family go first? You experience individualized service. First National Bank LI is invested in you and your community. For everything you need, go first, go far. Visit fnbli.com. Member FDIC. What happens when your business goes first? You get the business partner you need to succeed. With individualized service, First National Bank LI can help you take your business further. Go first, go far. Visit fnbli.com. Member FDIC.
Want an awesome birthday without all the hassle? Book your Kona Ice birthday party with the Ducks today. 2 brand new packages are now available, including our exclusive game room suite. Along with enjoying an exciting Ducks game, your birthday child and his or her friends will have a blast playing video games on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4 in their very own private luxury suite. Plus, they'll be treated to food, beverages, snacks, and much more. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, the party of a lifetime. Well, if that is all for Stephen Tarpley, a strong performance by him tonight. 100 pitches exactly, 6 scoreless innings, just 2 hits, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. And if that is all, 3rd consecutive quality start for the left-hander after coming off the injured list. Meanwhile, the Ducks lead 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Jim Fuller, the left-hander, an Atlantic League veteran, is in. Brantley Bell leading off at the plate. And he takes an 0-1 pitch low and outside to even up the count. Bell 1 for 2 tonight, a 2-run double inside the third base bag back in the 2nd, then fly to center his last time up in the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Bell takes outside. Ian Kahaloa's final line features a lot of 5s. 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all 5 of which were earned. He walked 5 batters as well. Struck out just 1. And through 99 pitches, 54 of which were strikes. In line for the loss right now. 2-1. Bell chops one on the ground up the third base line, foul. And that'll even up the count at 2-2 for the Ducks. That'll be 8-9 at 1 in the order here in the 6th against Fuller. A right-hander, then 2 lefties. Bell, Lynn, and Goodwin are the 3 due up. So Jim Fuller takes over on the mound. A southpaw who began the year with the Staten Island Ferry Hawks after a trade from the York Revolution in the offseason for Victor Capillon. And then signed down here with Southern Maryland. Combined with the two teams, 18 appearances on the year, and he's had a tough go of it this season. 2-2. Bell, a ground ball past the mound towards the middle. Philip Caulfield was there, and he throws to first in time for the out. Caulfield had Bell played perfectly, one away. Fuller in his 18 appearances, 0-1, a 7.71 ERA. 2 holds, 2 saves on the season. He's given up 19 hits in 16 and a third innings. 16 runs, 14 of which were earned. 5 home runs allowed by the southpaw. He has walked 10 and struck out 18. An opponent's hitting .284 against him. You see the numbers there on Fuller as he deals the first pitch to Zue Lin, who fouls one back to the screen behind home plate for strike 1. Lin is 0 for 2 in the game, the only member of the Ducks who has yet to reach base in this one. He has struck out swinging and popped to short. 0-1, low and outside. Lin was 1 for 3 in the series finale at Lancaster. He hit his 3rd triple of the year. Scored twice and drew a walk. After a tough start to the series, a good finish to it, even though the Ducks did not come up with the win. 1-1 is lined down the left field line. That'll be a base hit as it heads into the corner. Khalil Lee chasing after it. Lin around first, going for second, and he'll slam on the brakes there as Zue Lin picks up a 2-base hit, and he's at second with a 1-out double. 4th double of the year for Lin, on his 12th extra base hit of the season. So now every member of the Ducks has gotten aboard tonight at least once. And the only Ducks without a hit are Goodwin, who has walked twice, Deaza, who's walked once, and Cisco, who has walked once. But certainly has been lots of base runners for the Ducks in this one. First pitch from Fuller to Goodwin and a lefty-lefty matchup. And Goodwin pops it up foul back behind the plate, and that'll go out of play. And the count 0-1. Fuller has done very well against right-handed hitters this year. They're batting just 171 against them, but lefties hitting .462 against Jim Fuller this year. That is quite shocking for a left-handed pitcher. Similar struggles that Kyle Lobstein has faced, and a lot of the Ducks left-handers have faced, as here Goodwin drives one foul down the left field line out of play. And the count 0-2. Meanwhile, we will see how Wally Backman plays this for the final 9 outs, with the Ducks at least leading by 5, if not more. Which relievers he will go to. Obviously, the bullpen is fresh. Day off yesterday for the Ducks. Same goes for the Blue Crabs. 0-2. And Goodwin grounds one foul up the first baseline. Obviously, you figure that Al Albuquerque and Kevin Quackenbush could potentially be in the mix, even though it's not a save situation at the moment. But the 7th inning is more of a question mark potentially, as Jose and Joe Cuja have had some struggles of late. 0-2. And Goodwin drives one in the air to right center field, racing over into the gap. Sundberg, he won't get it. It lands for a base hit. Around third goes Lynn. He's going to come home. He will score. And in at second with an RBI double is Brian Goodwin. The Ducks now lead it 6-0. So back-to-back one-out doubles for the Flock as Lynn and Goodwin each get a 2-base hit. For Goodwin, it's his 7th double of the year, his 16th run batted in. Lynn with his 20th run of the year. And the Ducks lead is now 6 over Southern Maryland. So the left-handed struggles continue for Jim Fuller. Back-to-back doubles by lefty hitters. Now Ruben Tejada to the plate with a runner at second and 1 down. First pitch, Tejada takes a fastball inside. 1-0 the count. Tejada walked in the first, fly to center in the second, singled and scored in the 5th. So he is 1 for 2 on the night. Goodwin with good speed, already 1 steal tonight. He's 8 for 8 in that department this year. 1-0 fastballs high and outside. And it's 2-0. Ducks trying to grab game one of this very important 3-game series for these two teams, who came into the day tied for second in the North Division standings, a game behind York. Was already won game one of their doubleheader today. 2-0 is on the outside corner for a strike. And now 2-1. Go through the out-of-town scores in the top of the 7th and get you caught up in action around the league on this Tuesday night. 2-1. Tejada takes a fastball strike. That's over the outside corner. And Fuller's come back from 2-0 down to even the count at 2-2. Fuller well traveled in the Atlantic League. His time with the Atlantic League started with the Long Island Ducks. Pitch. Tejada takes the breaking ball low, 3-2. Fuller joined the Ducks back in 2017 after his time with the Pirates at AAA the year before. And he pitched well, 1-0 with a 2.30 ERA in 18 appearances. And went on to pitch now with 4 other Atlantic League teams since. Tejada chops one foul. He spent 2 seasons with the New Britain Bees up in Connecticut in 2018 and 19 and pitched very well. 2-1 with a 2.09 ERA in 43 games, and then 7-2 with a 1.03 ERA and 25 saves in 57 appearances. Payoff pitch again, and Tejada takes low, ball 4. That's the 3rd straight batter that Fuller has allowed to reach. 2 doubles and now a walk. 6th walk of the night drawn by the Ducks offense, and that's another First National Bank LI walk to first. So with 2 on and 1 out, Alejandro De Aza will come up to bat. Tejada aboard for the 3rd time tonight. Meanwhile, for Fuller, he went on to join the York Revolution in 2021 and pitched well. 29 saves in 48 appearances. He was 3-3 with a 3.08 ERA. But started to struggle a bit last year for the Revs. De Aza takes the first pitch strike. As Fuller had a 3.92 ERA, still respectable in 44 games, was 5-6, had 19 saves. And as we told you about this year, has had some tough outings. Struggled very badly with Staten Island in 14 games, was 0-1 with a 10.22 ERA. The 0-1, De Aza grounds it foul up the first base line. He's been better since joining Southern Maryland, has Fuller. 4 appearances before tonight, 4 scoreless innings, 3 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts. But tonight has allowed a run on 2 hits and a walk thus far, recording only 1 out. And another lefty hitter, which Fuller has struggled with at the plate in De Aza, who tonight is 0-2 with a walk and a run scored. 0-2, and De Aza takes the pitch upstairs. Fuller already up to 22 pitches here in the inning, 14 of which have been strikes. Again, Long Island trying to give the bullpen as much breathing room as possible. The 1-2. De Aza checks his swing. He takes low and outside. Thought about chasing, but does not bite on the pitch from Fuller. Now the count now even at 2-2 on De Aza, with Sam Travis waiting in the on-deck circle. Fuller ready. Runners lead, and the pitch. De Aza chops this one foul. Went after the pitch inside, and looked like he caught his front foot. Now hobbling around is De Aza on the first base side. Looks like I caught him on the right shin. Wally Backman's going to come out of the dugout, as is team trainer Maggie Canatella. Let's see if De Aza's okay. Obviously a very, very important piece to this team. Has hit the ball extremely well since rejoining the flock this year. But went after that pitch inside from Fuller and knocked it off the right shin, it appeared. So De Aza takes a few moments under the watchful eye of Wally Backman and Maggie Canatella, and they will head back to the dugout. Looks like De Aza will be okay to stay in the game. Now, if Long Island can break the game open here, Backman can give them a little bit of extra rest if they want. Crowd with a nice hand for De Aza as he steps back in. The Ducks have 2 outfield options on their bench, and Darian Sanford and Lou Ford. They could always also put Joe DiCarlo at third and move Brantley Bell to left if need be. I think Wally Backman would like to get a bigger lead before he thinks about doing that, assuming De Aza is okay to continue. 2-2, and Fuller misses low and outside. So now the count full at 3-2. The throw back to the mound got away from Fuller, but fortunately for the left-hander, not far enough away for Goodwin to go to third and Tejada to take second. It'll be interesting to see what the Ducks do here with 2 on, 1 out, and a 3-2 count. Speedy runner at second in Goodwin, but a lefty at the plate, so an open lane for Quiros to throw to third. Payoff pitch runners don't go, and De Aza takes a fastball outside for ball 4. Or at least I think that's ball 4. De Aza is still in the batter's box, so I guess the count was 2-2. Now it's 3-2. My apologies. No, I think that should be ball 4. I'm pretty sure that was ball 4. Umpires say otherwise. And now the 3-2. De Aza takes low, so it's ball 4 anyway. I think that probably was ball 5. But whatever. Either way, De Aza draws a walk. So that is back-to-back walk issued by Fuller. And now 4 straight have reached with 1 out in the inning. That's another First National Bank LI walk to first. I just confirmed with my folks here in the press box that was 100% ball 5, in which Fuller allowed the walk to De Aza. Either way, the outcome the same. Bases loaded, 1 out. Travis up with the bases loaded for the second time tonight. And the first pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Travis came up with the bags full and nobody out in the 5th and popped out to Philip Caulfield, the second baseman. So hoping for a better result here is De Aza. Excuse me, is Travis, who's now 1 for 4 this year with the bases loaded with a grand slam. 0-1 is swung on and missed as he chased down and away. And Travis has the 1 grand slam, but he has also driven in 8 runs total with the bases loaded. He's got a sac fly and a pair of bases loaded walks. A fly ball would make this a 7-run game with Goodwin speed at third. Fuller's 0-2. Travis takes low and away for ball 1. Travis did single back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Hit the ball hard as well his first time up, but hit a laser right at Michael Baca at short. The ball seemed to catch Baca rather than the other way around. Let's go Ducks chant up from the crowd as Travis awaits a 1-2 from Fuller, laboring here in the 6th. The pitch, Travis lays off the offering up and away. Fuller now with 30 pitches here in the inning. He's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two. And Travis drives one in the air down the right field line, slicing foul and into the seats out of play. And after the pitch up and away. So we'll do it once again at 2-2. Boy, the Ducks had base runners galore. They're 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position in this game. You talk about the amount of base runners they've had. 7 hits in the game, 7 walks as well. Again, the 2-2 to Travis. And the fastball misses high. Fuller just having a tough time getting that strike 3. He got the first batter out, Bell on a ground out. Since then, double, walk. A run is in. The bases are loaded with Ducks. That'll be a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch here with 1 out. Fuller ready, kicks and fires. And Travis takes outside ball 4. That will force home a run. Jim Fuller issuing his 3rd consecutive walk here in the 6th. 5 straight have reached with 1 out. In to score from 3rd is Goodwin. And it's now a 7-0 lead for Long Island. So give Travis an RBI, his team leading 44th of the year as he's on for the 2nd time in this game. Tejada moves to 3rd, De Aza to 2nd. Here's Alex Dickerson, who had a 2-run single 1 inning ago with the bases loaded and 1 out. First pitch, and he takes low from Fuller for ball 1. I would have to think that Stan Clyburn has somebody starting to get loose in the bullpen, just with the sheer amount of pitches Fuller has thrown, which is now 34, just over half of which have been strikes. But again, 3 walks, 2 doubles allowed in the inning, and a pair of runs have come home. Tejada at third, De Aza at second, and Travis at first. Dickerson lifts a fly ball in the air to shallow right center field. Will this fall into the Bermuda Triangle? Yes, it does. A base hit. Tejada scampers home. The throw is not in time. And in to score is Ruben Tejada on a bloop single off the bat of Alex Dickerson, and make it an 8-0 lead for the Flock. Third RBI, second hit of the day for Dickerson. He's up to 31 runs batted in on the year. Scoring Tejada. De Aza moves to third, Travis to second. And now Goodwin, Tejada, and De Aza, the top 3 in the order, each with a pair of runs scored tonight. Bases still loaded, and here is Wilson Ramos. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Ramos has already checked off a lot of firsts tonight. His first hit and run with the Ducks in the second on a base hit to center. His first RBI with the Ducks last inning on a fielder's choice ground out to short. 0-1. He takes low. And that will even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fuller comes set. Here's the pitch. Ramos a hard shot to second. Caulfield bobbles, recovers, throws to short, 1 on a first, double play. So a well-struck ball off the bat of Ramos, but it turns into an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play, and that will retire the side in the 6th. But the Ducks add 3 more runs to their ledger. They sent 8 men to the plate, 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits and 3 walks. There were no errors because of the double play. The Ducks leave 2 aboard. We have played 6 in the series opener. Right now, all Long Island, they lead it 8-0.
Hey fans, this is Brian Goodwin, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Well, we go to the 7th inning. The Ducks now with an 8-0 lead over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. New pitcher is in. It's left-hander Jose. And the first pitch he throws is taken by Khalil Lee for a strike, 0-1. The Ducks have also made a couple of defensive changes. I thought might be the case. Alejandro De Aza is out of the game. We'll have to wait till after the game to see his status, after he fouled the ball off of his shin in that bottom of the 6th inning. So Brian Goodwin moves from center field over to left field, and into the game in center field for the Ducks is Darian Sanford. So the outfield now has Goodwin in left, Sanford in center, and Dickerson in right. No other defensive changes for Long Island. 1-1, and Jose drops a breaking ball in for a strike. Khalil Lee, who has not been happy with ball and strike calls all night long, takes this angrily for a strike, and it's 1-2. Jose ready. And now steps off and wants to go through the signs again. Now gets the pitch he likes. And the 1-2. Lee swings and drives one down the right field line. That is hooking fair. It's going to stay just inside the line and head into the corner. Lee will round first and head for second. The throw in from Dickerson not in time. And Khalil Lee has his first hit of the night, a leadoff double. So the Blue Crabs get the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Isaiah Quiros. Well, Stephen Tarpley, his 3rd consecutive quality start as he continues to throw the ball well since a brief stint on the injured list. We'll give you his final line here in a moment, but another strong performance from the lefty who is in line for his 3rd win of the year. And now with a runner at second and nobody out, up to the plate will step Isaiah Quiros. Numbers on Jose up on the screen. 3-1 and 3.27 ERA through 23 games. First pitch, cut on and missed. Good breaking ball from Jose for strike 1. For the Southpaw, this is his 23rd appearance of the year. He has 6 holds, 22 hits in 22 innings, 10 runs, 8 earned. He has walked just 5 and has struck out 23. Those numbers all coming into the day today. There's the 0-1. Missed outside with a fastball. And the count 1-1. Tarpley allowed just 2 hits, both of them singles, one of which was an infield single in his 6 innings of work. No runs, walked 4, which tied his season high, but also struck out 8, which tied his season high. 1-1. Quiros a swing and a miss out in front of the pitch from Jose. And the count 1-2. And Tarpley threw exactly 100 pitches, 60 of which were strikes. 100 right on the dot. His highest total since May 31st against York when he threw a season high 105. Quiros 0 for 2. And the 1-2 pitch is low and outside, 2-2. Now the key here, I'm sure Wally Backman is telling Jose, is he's got to throw strikes. That's the key. He's nibbled a bit too much of late, and he has struggled a little at times. Kind of been an up and down season for the left-hander, but leading by 8. The key is attacking the strike zone. The 2-2. Quiros a foul tip into the glove of Chance Sisco for strike 3. So Jose gets his first strikeout of the night. 9th strikeout for the Dutch pitching staff, and there's one away in the 7th. Well, on the out-of-town scoreboard, we told you earlier the Revolution took game 1 of their doubleheader at home over Staten Island, 11-1 in 7 innings. JT Hinson, the win, improved to 5-3. Remington, the loss, fell to 1-2. That was Jesse Remington. No save in the game. Trent Jimbroni hit his 10th home run of the year for York in the win. And Jemison is first for Staten Island in the loss. Game 2 of the Twin Bills going on right now as Jose misses inside for ball 1 to Ian Yetzko. And game 2 right now shows the Revolution leading 2-0 in the bottom half of inning number 2. Carlos Espinal against Vincenzo Aiello, the pitching matchup there. 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. Way out in front was Yetzko. It's 1-1. So assuming that score holds, although it's very early in that game, and this one holds, the Revolution will gain a half game on the Ducks and be a game and a half up on Long Island. And they will pick up a game and a half on Southern Maryland, who would fall to 2.5 back in the division. 1-1. Chopped back towards the mound. Jose bobbles the baseball, and the throw to first is not going to be in time. That's a tough play for Jose. So it's going to be an infield single for Ian Yetzko. Second hit of the inning allowed by Jose. That was one in between the catcher and the pitcher. Jose trying to field on the short hop. That was kind of an all or nothing play. So the Blue Crabs now with a runner at first and a runner at second. Surprisingly, Khalil Lee did not go for third on that play. I'm not really sure why. I guess he thought Sisco might get to it and throw to third, even though it was not a force play. First pitch misses outside of Michael Baca for ball 1. So Yetzko with his first hit of the game. The Blue Crabs have Khalil Lee at second, and Yetzko at first. 1-0 coming to Baca, who has struck out and walked tonight. Jose ready. Kicks and fires. And Baca a swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. The Gastonia Honey Hunters with a 5-3 lead over the High Point Rockers. That's in the bottom of the 7th down in Gastonia. Terry his 8th home run. Davidson his 4th for Gastonia. Yo his 5th for High Point in that ball game. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch is swung on and missed. And the count goes to 1-2. As for the Charleston Dirty Birds, they lead the Spire City Ghost Towns 8-4. That game through 7 in West Virginia. Bradley his 16th home run, Smith Jr. his 10th, and Miller his 4th for the Dirty Birds. Marmolejos his 9th for Spire City. 1-2 coming here to Baca with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch is swung on and grounded to the left side. Bell will field. He goes to second for the force. They just got it to second base ahead of Yetzko. So Baca grounds into the fielder's choice. 5-4 on the play. Out at second, Yetzko. Over to third base goes Khalil Lee. And now with runners at the corners and 2 down, back to the top of the order for Jack Sundberg. Lexington counterclock shutting out the Lancaster Barnstormers right now 5-0 in Kentucky at the 7th inning stretch. Moritz his first home run of the year for the counterclocks in that one. So that's your look around the Atlantic League on this Tuesday night. First pitch to Sundberg from Jose is up and outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Mets and the Brewers at Citi Field tonight after the Brewers took the series opener last night. Jose a long wait, now the 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Mets have a 4-0 lead, 3 homers in the game. Lindor his 16th of the year and 2 from Brandon Nimmo, his 9th and 10th of the season. Yankees will be in Oakland to take on the Athletics tonight at 9:40 Eastern time. One is on the ground at first base, knocked down by Travis. It caroms into foul ground. He recovers, flips to Jose, covering, not in time. In to score is going to be Khalil Lee, and the Blue Crabs get on the scoreboard and close to within 8-1. It was a tough play there for Travis going towards the line, but it looked like he bobbled it and couldn't recover. So, 2 on now for the Blue Crabs as they plate their first run of the game. It's going to be an error on Travis, his 4th of the year. So an unearned run, as that would have been the final out of the inning. Baca to second base. And now it's Baca at second, Sundberg at first after Lee comes home. And now Philip Caulfield. So Jose again, although this time more of a defensive issue. But Jose allows a run for the 2nd straight outing. First pitch from Jose to Caulfield, and he rips one to first. Another tough play, and this one bounces by Travis and goes down the right field line. Around third and in to score is Baca. Heading to third, rounding third, and coming home is Sundberg, and heading to third is Philip Caulfield. So he's in there safely, and it's now an 8-3 game. That was a hard ground ball, but it took a weird bounce on Travis too. The ball was a rocket off the bat of Caulfield. So it'll go down as a 2-run triple for Caulfield. It's his 2nd triple of the year. He picks up 2 runs batted in. His 19th and 20th of the season. 2 more runs score, and all of a sudden the Ducks' 8-run lead is down to 5. Now Braxton Lee to the plate. On the first pitch he sees is upstairs for ball 1. And this is what we were talking about before, but that's been the trouble spot for Wally Backman, is that bridge from the starter to the back end of the bullpen. And right now Jose and Kuja both struggling for Long Island. 1-0. And Lee chops one towards the middle of the infield. Zhu Lin fields on the backhand. His throw to first is in time for the out. And that will retire the side. Now the defense didn't do Jose any favors there, as all 3 runs unearned because of the error by Travis. But Jose is able to get through the inning with the lead still intact. 3 unearned runs for the Blue Crabs on 3 hits and 1 error in the inning. Long Island sees Southern Maryland leave 1 on base. And it's time to stretch here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. Long Island leads Southern Maryland 8-3.
Hey fans, this is Kyle Lobstein, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Planning your next party or looking for a caterer that will handle all of your needs? Hidden Gem Cafe has got you covered. From setup to service to cleanup and amazing food that is sure to be talked about, they can do it all without breaking the bank. Hidden Gem knows that each event is unique and strives to design a specialized menu for each event. Call the Hidden Gem Cafe for your next party at 631-390-5912 and be sure to follow them on social media too at the Hidden Gem Cafe for ideas and information.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we make our way to the bottom of the 7th with the Long Island Ducks now leading 8-3. A tough defensive inning for the Ducks. There was that chop around in front of the plate, the tough play for Jose, who ultimately couldn't make the play. And then you've got Jack Sundberg reaching on the error, which Travis knocked down but couldn't get the out at first. A poor throw, which was high to Jose. And then the hard ground ball that got by Travis, but that took a weird bounce on the 2-run triple by Caulfield. So all of a sudden it's now an 8-3 game. We head to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher is in for Southern Maryland. It's Cole Aker. And Jim Fuller gives way after allowing 3 runs in the 6th. Chance Cisco will lead off, and he takes up and outside for a ball. They count 1-0. Aker wearing number 41 for the Blue Crabs. And another pitcher for Southern Maryland who started the year in a different spot in the Atlantic League, like Fuller, who began the year in Staten Island. Cisco takes outside for ball 2. Aker began the year with the Lancaster Barnstormers before he was traded to Southern Maryland. And combined this year, he has made 14 appearances, 0-1 record, and a 7.02 ERA. 2-0. Cisco takes outside for ball 3. Command has been somewhat of an issue for Aker. 11 walks to 19 hits in 15 2/3 innings. He has allowed 13 runs. Those were the numbers with the Barnstormers. Overall, 11 walks, 19 hits in 16 2/3 innings. 13 runs allowed, 4 home runs, and he has struck out 11. Opponents hitting .302 against him. He issues a leadoff walk here to Cisco, who walks for the 2nd time tonight. And that is another First National Bank LI walk to first. Well, it was pretty much all 5s for Ian Kahaloa on his line. For Fuller, it's a lot of 3s. He goes 1 inning, but allows 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and walked 3 batters. He struck out none. And Fuller threw 38 pitches in 1 inning, 21 for strikes. Brantley Bell takes the first pitch for a strike in the count 0-1. Bell tonight 1 for 3 with his 2-run double back in the 2nd inning. Also stole a base, his 6th of the year. Cisco leads at first. And the 0-1 is popped foul. First base side and out of play. 0-2. Bell, since the double, has fly to center and grounded to second. Cisco takes his lead at first. Not much of a stolen base threat. He has not attempted a steal yet this year. 0-2. Checked his swing, did Bell. They asked for an appeal at first, and no swing, says first base umpire Michael Herring. So the count 1-2. Aker stands on the mound at 6'2", 205 pounds, a native of Memphis, Tennessee. 26 years old as he looks in for the sign from Kiros. And the pitch is low. Taken on a breaking ball to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Su-Wei Lin waits in the on-deck circle. Aker ready. Here's the pitch. That's hit on the ground to short. This could be 2. Flip to second for 1 on a first double play. Second straight inning the Ducks have hit into a double play. Ramos did it in the 6th, and now Bell does here in the 7th. And just like that, 2 down to the base is empty. Going back to the top of the inning with that error by Travis. There was a play in the game on Sunday that started that big 7-run inning, in which Travis could not make a play at first on a somewhat sharp ground ball. This pitch here lifted in the air to left field. Drifting in on it is Khalil Lee. And he will make the catch for the final out of the 7th. So Aker faces the minimum 3. No runs, no hits, a walk because of the double play earlier in the inning. Nobody left. We are through 7 here on Long Island. The Ducks leading the Blue Crabs 8-3.
Hi fans, this is Su-Wei Lin, and you are watching the Long Island Ducks live on the FloBaseball.
Ducks fans, the 2023 season of Ducks Baseball is presented by Catholic Health, and with a talented roster full of Major League experience and exciting promotions every game, a day at the ballpark is truly a good time every time. Tickets are on sale now for all Ducks games. You can get your tickets at the Fairfield Properties Ballpark box office. You can also go online to liducks.com or by calling 631-940-TIXX. And the Ducks have a couple of exciting ticket offers that are going on right now, so we ask you to take advantage of those to come out to games this week. First pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Albuquerque is the new pitcher for the Ducks. He takes over after the Rockies' 7th from Jose, though his defense did not do many favors. And Albuquerque will face Casey Hobson, Alex Crosby, and Khalil Lee. The second pitch, rather, to Hobson is grounded to second. Su-Wei Lin will throw to first for the out. And Hobson now 1 for 4 on the night, 1 away. This week, tomorrow, Thursday and Friday are all unused ticket days at the ballpark. So if you had tickets to a game earlier this year and for whatever reason you weren't able to make it out, the reason doesn't matter. You can still use them. Come on out to the games tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, as well as the games on July 11th or 12th. And you can redeem your ticket for a ticket of equal or lesser value to any of those 5 remaining unused ticket days. This one is stroked to right center field on the run, unable to get it to Sanford, and that is going to go off the wall. Caroms back towards the infield, and in safely at second is going to be Alex Crosby with a 1-out double. First hit of the night for Crosby, and the 6th hit for Southern Maryland. So Crosby's aboard with his 7th double of the year, 1 on, 1 out. So any of those 5 unused ticket days remaining, you can redeem an unused ticket from a game earlier this year at the Fairfield Properties Ballpark box office. In addition, the Ducks have another special going on right now. You can get a buy one, get one free individual ticket offer on tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday's games for box seats here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. That's the 200 level. And just visit liducks.com, enter the promo code BOGO, B-O-G-O, at checkout to enjoy a buy one, get one free individual ticket special. This one is fouled off to the third base side. And Khalil Lee quickly behind in the count at 0-2. Lee tonight 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored, which came in the 7th. Before that, a fly out to center and a strikeout swinging. Albuquerque's 0-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him to chase downstairs. Cisco will throw to first to complete the putout. And a strikeout number 10 for the Ducks pitching staff tonight. The first for Albuquerque. And there are 2 down here in the 8th. The numbers on Albuquerque have been spectacular this year. 21 appearances, he is 1-0 with a 1.13 ERA. He has 4 saves and 7 holds on the season. In 16 innings, has allowed just 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 5 walks to 18 strikeouts, and opponents hitting just 158 against him. First pitch misses low and away here for ball 1 to Isaiah Quiroz, catcher and 7-hitter, who is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts tonight, and a line out to second base. 1-0 is lined down the left field line. That is going to be a foul ball. Almost a base hit down the line. But that one goes just foul. Albuquerque has not been pitching much of late. He has pitched once on that 9-game road trip for the Ducks, and that was on June 21st when he tossed a scoreless inning against Staten Island. There's a good fastball for a strike. And Albuquerque has been great. 18 consecutive scoreless appearances going back to May 5th. 13 scoreless innings in that span. And the 1-2 here is swung on and missed. Strike 3 as he blows the fastball by Quiroz. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Albuquerque. He tosses a scoreless 8th. No runs in the inning, a hit, and 1 man left. To the bottom half of inning number 8 we go. Long Island in front, 8-3.
Hi, fan. This is Jose, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
This is it. Check it out. See what everyone's talking about. Let Nicola pave your way.
Bring your outdoor living dreams to life. Visit Nicolak's Outdoor Design Center at 200 Henry Street in Lindenhurst and see thousands of square feet of pavers, retaining walls, fire pits, and outdoor living accents on display. Only Nicolak paving stones are made with Paver Shield technology for more vibrant color options than anyone else. Visit Nicolak.com to request a free sample or their Outdoor Design Center at 200 Henry Street in Lindenhurst. Nicolak. Ask for it by name. You'll see the difference. Visit Nicolak.com. That's Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak pavers pave your way. Pave your way.
Well, back here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of inning number 8. Long Island is still in front by the count of 8-3. Cole Aker will come back out to pitch a second inning of relief out of the bullpen. Aker tossed a scoreless inning. And the bottom of the 7th, working around a leadoff walk to Chance Cisco. It'll be the top of the order due up for Long Island here in the inning. Brian Goodwin, Ruben Tejada, and then Darian Sanford will get his first at-bat of the ball game. So the Ducks with a 5-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And now timeout called here. They are going to call a pitch clock violation on the batter. Brian Goodwin saying he was not ready to go in the batter's box, looking out to the mound with 8 seconds on the clock. And so now Goodwin having a discussion with Warren Nicholson, the home plate umpire. But the count will start 0-1. So Goodwin continues to have a discussion here with with Nicholson as Aker's ready to go. And Goodwin continuing to argue here does not want to get into the batter's box with an 0-1 count. Wally Backman's going to come out of the dugout here to have a discussion. He wants to try and find out why that pitch clock violation was called. So confusion here to start the inning as Goodwin comes back in to talk with Warren Nicholson. The last thing Wally Backman wants is to see Goodwin get ejected. They've already had one outfielder come out of the game, and Alejandro De Aza, who had to come out of the game potentially due to injury after that foul ball off his shin. Now, we don't know whether or not he was actually injured or not. Now Wally Backman talking with Silvio Martinez, and he's very upset about it. And now Backman is ejected. So Wally Backman is very upset at this point, and now in a heated discussion with third base umpire Silvio Martinez. And I'm assuming Martinez must have been the one that made the call. And eventually Warren Nicholson signaled it. Nicholson is the crew chief here tonight. But Backman slamming his hat in disgust and now making his way back to the first base dugout. And he gets a huge ovation from the crowd here at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. So Wally Backman ejected in the bottom of the 8th inning, arguing a pitch clock violation on Brian Goodwin to start the inning. So again, the inning will start with a count of 0-1. Akers pitch. Goodwin takes a fastball outside, 1-1. Goodwin has had a good night, a double and 2 walks in the game. He has driven in 1 run and scored twice, and also has a stolen base in the ball game. One. And pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed for strike 2. And we've seen arguments on both sides at times during the course of this season since the pitch clocks went into effect on May 30th. Chopped on the ground here towards first. Casey Hobson fields wide of the bag, flips to Aker covering. Nice play by Hobson and Aker to team up for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. So Goodwin will make his way back to the dugout. And usually they'll call the pitch clock violation on the batter if he's not in the batter's box looking out at the pitcher with 8 seconds to go on the clock. Lou Ford talking with Silvio Martinez down at third. Presumably either he or Luis Rodriguez, the Duck pitching coach, serving now as the acting manager. First pitch here is taken low for a ball by Ruben Tejada for ball 1. Tejada in the game with a single and 2 walks. He scored twice tonight. Takes a fastball upstairs here. For Aker, this is his 2nd season in the Atlantic League. Last year split time with High Point and Lancaster. 27 appearances but struggled, 2-3 with a 6.83 ERA. 1 save on the year. Tejada takes high and in tight. The count now 3-0. Aker last year through 27 2/3 innings, allowing 31 hits, 16 walks, and striking out 28. The 3-0. There's a strike. Fastball over the outside corner, 3-1. Darian Sanford waiting on deck for his first at bat of the night. The 3-1. Tejada takes a fastball high and tight, ball 4. So that is the 2nd walk of the ball game issued by Cole Aker. And now 10 walks given up by the Blue Crabs pitching staff tonight. That's another First National Bank LI walk to first. So the Ducks get a 1-out base runner here in the 8th. The 10 walks by a Ducks opponent tying a season high. Staten Island did so May 2nd here. And the Ducks home opener. That's the only other time the Ducks have drawn 10 walks as a team. The first pitch here is taken outside for a ball. 1-0 on Darian Sanford, who thus far in a Ducks uniform is 1 for 5 at the plate with 3 runs and a walk. Switch hitter from the left side, very fast. 1-0. And takes a high fastball up and away. All of a sudden, Aker has lost the strike zone a bit. It's 2-0. Aker began his career in the Cardinals organization, spent parts of 3 seasons in their system, advancing as high as High A Peoria and High A Palm Beach, where the affiliation switched. 2-0. Sanford a swing and a miss as he was cut loose at 2-0. So now 2-1 the count. Sam Travis waits on deck. And every Duck has been on base at least once tonight. Sanford a fly ball in the air to shallow center. Racing it is Jack Sundberg. And he'll get there and make the catch. Back to first goes Tejada. So 2 away in the inning. And that'll bring up Sam Travis to the plate. Tejada finished his night 0 for 2 with a run scored and 2 walks. Travis, meanwhile, is 1 for 3. A single and a bases loaded walk on the night as he picked up his team leading 44th run batted in of the year. Tejada leads from first with 2 down. On the first pitch, curveball misses inside for ball 1. We'll see if Wally Backman goes to Kevin Quackenbush. He hasn't pitched since Saturday, June the 17th, when he had a rough outing in York. It's not a save situation, but these games are of the utmost importance for Long Island. The 1-0 is on the ground foul, third base side. We haven't really seen Albuquerque going multiple innings. He threw 10 pitches, though, in the 7th. Curveball jumps in for a strike at the knees. And the count goes to 1-2. Eight-3 Ducks lead here in the bottom of the 8th. The runner at first, 2 down, is Tejada. And the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Aker to Travis is swung on and grounded foul, third base side. In the 9th inning, the Blue Crabs will send their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate. Yetzko, Baca, and then Sundberg. Righty, righty, lefty. Alex Dickerson would be next if Travis can get aboard. And the 1-2. Fouled back. Up and out of play off the bat of Travis. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Aker was an 18th round selection by the Cardinals out of the University of Tampa in 2018. Started his career at UNC Chapel Hill in North Carolina before going to Tampa and then getting drafted. Travis grounds one foul at home plate again. Mentioned before, he's a native of Memphis, Tennessee. In the 2nd season of Atlantic League Baseball, now playing for a 3rd different team in the league. Started with High Point, and then he went to Lancaster, and now with the Blue Crabs. 1-2. That's smacked foul into the seats on the first base side. Travis battling here with Aker to try and stay alive and keep the inning going. It's now 3 consecutive 2-strike foul balls by Travis, make it 4 straight. Wind continues to blow out towards left field here tonight. And the 1-2 is fouled off again deep down the right field line. Well, tomorrow one of the newest Ducks will celebrate a birthday. Tom Hackemer, a Long Island native, born in New Hyde Park, now from Floral Park, will celebrate a birthday tomorrow as he turns 29. Here's the 1-2. Travis fouls another one off. Straight back behind the plate. So next pitch will now be number 10 in this at bat. And he has fouled off 6 straight with 2 strikes here. Tejada continues to lead at first, held on by Hobson. Again, the 1-2. And Travis here lines one a short, caught on the line by Baca. And ultimately, Aker wins the battle with Travis and retires the side in the 8th. No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left. To the 9th inning we go in the series opener. Ducks will try and close this one out. They lead it 8-3 over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, I'm the pitcher Al Albuquerque, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Well, we go to the ninth inning here in the opening game of this three-game series. The Long Island Ducks leading by the count of 8-3. Trying to take the opening game of this series, moving to sole possession of second place in the North Division standings. And try and keep pace with the York Revolution. Kevin Quackenbush is in to try and close this ball game out. The right-hander, not a save situation, but will come in here with a 5-run lead. And we're going to get a pitch clock violation this time on the batter, Ian Yetzko. So after Brian Goodwin was called for a pitch clock violation in the bottom of the 8th, leading to the ejection of Wally Backman, now Ian Yetzko is called for one. Braxton Lee is arguing from the third base dugout at Silvio Martinez, the third base umpire. So the count will start 0-1. Quackenbush deals a fastball strike in the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. Yetzko 1 for 3 on the night, a infield single to the pitcher in the 7th inning. 0-2. That's chopped over the mound towards second. Charging in is Zue Lin. He fields and throws to first in time for the out. And Ian Yetzko retired, 1 away. Yetzko now 1 for 4. Al Albuquerque with a scoreless inning in the 8th. He allowed just the double to Alex Crosby. Struck out 2 more. 10 pitches, 8 for strikes. And 19 consecutive scoreless appearances for the right-hander. So with 1 out and the base is empty, here is Michael Baca to the plate from the right side. First pitch, and he takes a fastball just outside from Quackenbush, who is making his 16th appearance of the year. He's had a rough go of it this year. 3-2, a 7.63 ERA. Has 8 saves on the season, though. 1-0 is a fastball strike. In 15 1/3 innings, Quackenbush has allowed 19 hits, 17 runs, 13 earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 17. So he's had good command, but at times there's a few too many hits and runs. 1-1 is low, and the count 2-1. The last time he threw, though, was over a week ago, June 17th in York. The Ducks 13-11 win. Long Island had a comfortable lead in that one before York rallied late. They would score 5 runs on 5 hits off of Quackenbush, who threw 26 pitches, 17 for strikes. Here, Baca swing and a miss and loses the bat as it goes back behind the plate on the field. And the count even now at 2-2. But ultimately, Quackenbush was able to seal the deal and got a no decision in that one. He also picked up the win June 13th here against Charleston, despite allowing 2 hits and 3 runs, 1 earned in 1 inning, and walked 1. It was a game where the Ducks had a 3-run lead, lost it in the 9th, but then won it in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 here on Baca, who tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And here, a called strike 3 as Baca goes down looking on the pitch over the outside corner. He disagreed with the call from Warren Nicholson. First strikeout for Quackenbush, and the 12th strikeout for the Ducks pitching staff tonight. So 2 down, the Blue Crabs down to their final out. And that will leave it up to Jack Sundberg, the leadoff hitter and center fielder, who's 1 for 4 with a run scored tonight. First pitch, and Quackenbush deals a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Sundberg had an infield single to short in the 5th, but the inning ended on that when Baca tried to go first to third on it, was thrown out at third base. 0-1, ground ball hit to second. This should do it. Zue Lin fields. He throws to first in time for the out. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks take game 1 of this 3-game series by the final count of 8-3 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Well, a good start to the homestand for Long Island as they pick up an important win in the opener of this 3-game set against Southern Maryland, with the 2 teams jockeying for position in the North Division race. The Ducks improved back to 5 games over 500 at 29-24 and are now a game ahead of the Blue Crabs in the standings and in sole possession of second place in the division. Don't go anywhere. Our post-game show's coming up next. We'll recap this one and hand out the player of the game honors. Ducks take game 1, 8-3.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Quackenbush, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer, has been family-owned and operated for 65 years. Visit their spacious showroom to choose from a giant inventory of new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles with a free 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty included. Some exclusions apply. Plus, they offer top dollar for trades, and their service department is open until 1 a.m. on weekdays. Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, is conveniently located off exit 50 on Sunrise Highway, or visit SayvilleFord.com for more information.
Morning, Dan. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was awesome. I took my family to a Ducks game and had a blast. The seats were great. We ate a ton of food, and the Ducks won. They even had amazing fireworks.
Oh, yeah, they got a good thing going on there. I took friends to Thirsty Thursday a couple weeks ago and had too much fun.
They should totally use us in one of their radio spots.
You mean like the one we're doing right now?
Sure, that works.
Ducks Baseball. Good times every time. Get tickets at liducks.com.
Well, the Long Island Ducks take the opening game of this three-game series by the final count of 8-3 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And so the Ducks improve back to 5 games over 500, and for the moment, they are now in sole possession of second place in the North Division standings, a game ahead of Southern Maryland. Again, the Blue Crabs still have 2 games in hand on the Ducks, but Long Island at 29-24, ahead of Southern Maryland at 27-24 on the year. And again, assuming that York takes game 2 of the doubleheader, they already won game 1. They lead 5-0 in game 2. The Ducks will be a game and a half behind York in the divisional race. Let's take a look at the recap of the game. Stephen Tarpley was terrific at the outset for the Ducks. He retired the first 10 in a row in the ball game. And Long Island would take a 2-0 lead in the second inning when Wilson Ramos, making his Ducks debut, singled. With 1 out, Chancisco then walked, and then Brantley Bell brought them both home with a 2-run double down the left field line. And his 17th and 18th RBIs of the season gave the Ducks an early 2-0 lead. Tarpley got into trouble in the 4th, allowing a single and 3 walks, but a caught stealing helped him in the inning, and then a strikeout of Khalil Lee left the bases loaded. He then also worked around a 2-out walk and infield single in the 5th to keep the Blue Crabs off the scoreboard. And the Ducks helped him and thanked him out for it in the bottom of the 5th when they added 3 more runs to make it a 5-0 game. After a walk to Goodwin and a single to Tejada to start the inning, a walk to Alejandro De Aza loaded up the bases, and then with 1 out, Alex Dickerson, a 2-run single to right, his 29th and 30th RBIs of the season, made it a 4-0 game. Wilson Ramos then beat out an RBI fielder's choice on the ground out to short, and the Ducks led it 5-0 after 5. The Ducks would put 3 more runs on the scoreboard in the 6th against Jim Fuller, who with 1 out allowed a double to Lynn and an RBI double to Brian Goodwin, his 16th RBI of the year. Walked Tejada, walked De Aza, and then with the bases loaded, Sam Travis drew a walk to force in a run, his team leading 44th RBI of the year. Alex Dickerson then with his 3rd run batted into the game, a single to right, scored Tejada, and that made it 8-0. The Blue Crabs closed it with an 8-3. Their only runs of the game coming in the 7th against Jose, who allowed a leadoff double to Khalil Lee, an infield single to Ian Yetzko with 1 out to put runners at the corners. Michael Baca then reached on a 5-4 fielder's choice. That actually put runners at the corners. My apologies. It was 1st and 2nd with 1 out before that. Then with 2 outs, Jack Sundberg reached when Sam Travis booted a baseball at first base. So that scored scored Lee to make it 8-1. And then Philip Caulfield, the former Duck, followed with a 2-run triple down the right field line. That made it 8-3, but that would be as close as Southern Maryland would come as Braxton Lee grounded out to second to end that threat. In the 8th inning, a scoreless inning from Al Albuquerque, who allowed a hit and struck out 2. And then Kevin Quackenbush retired the side in order in the 9th to close it out as the Ducks win it 8-3. Final totals from tonight's game for the Ducks: 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 8 men on base. For the Blue Crabs, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 7. The winning pitcher, Stephen Tarpley, who improves to 3-2 on the year. The loser, Ian Kahaloa, who falls to 4-4. No save in the game. It took 2 hours and 39 minutes tonight before a crowd of 3,721. Time to hand out tonight's player of the game honors. There were lots of contributors offensively for the Ducks, but tonight we are going to go with the starter, and that was Stephen Tarpley, who turns in his 3rd consecutive qualifying quality start with 6 shutout innings. He allowed just 2 hits and 4 walks, struck out 8, which tied a season high, and threw 60 of his 100 pitches for strikes. So Stephen Tarpley is tonight's player of the game for Long Island. Let's take one more break. When we come back, the out-of-town scores, and then we'll wrap things up from Central Islip.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're watching the Long Island Ducks live on FloBaseball.
Planning your next party or looking for a caterer that will handle all of your needs? Hidden Gem Cafe's got you covered. From setup to service to cleanup and amazing food that is sure to be talked about, they can do it all without breaking the bank. Hidden Gem knows that each event is unique and strives to design a specialized menu for each event. Call the Hidden Gem Cafe for your next party at 631-390-5912. And be sure to follow them on social media too at the Hidden Gem Cafe for ideas and information.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the North Shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Prato. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Fairfield Properties Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Long Island Ducks with an 8-3 win over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs tonight to take the opening game of this 3-game series. Before we head out the door, let's go through the out-of-town scores this evening. Earlier this evening, a final in Game 1 of a doubleheader in York. The Revolution an 11-1 win over the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. The winning pitcher was J.T. Hinson, who improved to 5-3. Jesse Remington, the loss, fell to 1-2. Jim Brony, his 10th home run of the season for the Revolution, and Jemison, his first of the year for the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. So they keep pace with the Ducks, and then in Game 2, which is going on right now, they're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Revs have a 5-0 lead. Troy Stokes Jr. with his 7th home run of the year. Espinal on the mound for York, Aiello on the hill for Staten Island in that one. So if that score holds up, the Revs will then be within 1 game of the Ducks in terms of games played, and will have a 1.5 game lead over the Ducks in the division, and a 2.5 game lead over Southern Maryland. Meanwhile, other games that have gone final, Charleston Dirty Birds rough up the Spire City Ghost Hounds 8-4. The winning pitcher was Sheets, who improves to 4-5. Lavendier, the loss, fell to 2-3. For the Dirty Birds, Bradley his 16th home run, Smith Jr. his 10th, and Miller his 4th. And meanwhile, on the other side, Marmolejos his 9th home run of the season for Spire City. In a big series, Gastonia takes the series opener 8-3 over the High Point Rockers to move a game clear of High Point in the South Division race. The winning pitcher was Godley, who improves to 4-3 on the year. The loser, Ross, falls to 1-1. Terry hit his 8th home run, Davidson his 4th for the Honey Hunters, and Yo hit his 5th home run of the season for the Rockers in the loss. And the other game that is final is in Lexington, Kentucky, where the Counterclocks defeat the Barnstormers 5-3. The winning pitcher, Ledette, improves to 4-5. D. Sabatino takes the loss to fall to 3-4, and Schilling his 10th save of the year. Moritz hit his 1st home run of the season for the Counterclocks, Sandoval his 3rd, and Lair his 4th for the Barnstormers in the loss. Mets and the Brewers taking place at Citi Field. The Mets with a commanding 7-0 lead, top of the 8th inning. Lindor has hit his 16th home run of the year. Vogelbach his 5th, and Nimmo his 9th and 10th home runs of the season. A great start, 6 scoreless innings from David Peterson. Yankees and the Athletics will get underway in about 15 minutes out in Oakland. It'll be Johnny Brito on the mound for the New York Yankees, and Paul Blackburn will take the ball for the Oakland Athletics. So that does it for the out-of-town scores. This series will continue here on Long Island tomorrow night, Game 2 of the 3-game series. And for the Ducks, they will send right-hander Stephen Woods Jr., coming off a great start in Staten Island last Thursday, 6-2 on the year, a 4.02 ERA. He will be opposed by Blue Crabs righty Jesse Estrada, who has mostly pitched in relief this year but has 1 start. He is 0-1 with a 3.66 ERA on the season. The Ducks will try and make it back-to-back wins over the Blue Crabs to open up this big 3-game midweek series. That'll do it at Fairfield Properties Ballpark on this Tuesday night. Once again, the final score, the Long Island Ducks 8 and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 3. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast. That is going to be tomorrow night when these two teams meet for Game 2 of the 3-game set. Our pregame show will get underway at 6:20. First pitch 6:35. You follow all the action right here on the Long Island Ducks broadcast network at FloBaseball.tv. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so very much for joining me. By the way, fans, tonight's broadcast is directed and produced by Verge, which elevates your broadcast by supplementing your production staff with experienced switchers and operators. The graphics you're seeing on our broadcast tonight are powered by Verge's all-new graphics engine, offered advanced stats and personalized graphics on a budget. Visit www.verge.co to give your fans the next-gen viewing experience. Have a great rest of your night. We'll do it all over again tomorrow here from the Duck Pond. Good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.